Introduction. Why interpersonal relationships matter in the workplace. It is easy to lose sight of the significance of maintaining healthy interpersonal ties in the workplace in the fast-paced commercial environment of today. Nonetheless, the strength of the connections that exist within an organization's workforce may have a direct bearing on the business's level of success. For a pleasant work environment to exist, strong connections are necessary since they serve to cultivate cooperation, construct trust, and boost morale. First and foremost, the importance of interpersonal interactions in the workplace may be attributed to the fact that they promote cooperation. When workers establish positive connections with one another, they are more likely to be able to collaborate successfully with one another. This is due to the fact that they have a more in-depth grasp of one another's capabilities, which enables them to distribute responsibilities in a more efficient manner. Moreover, when workers establish great ties with one another, they are more inclined to talk freely and honestly with one another. Because of this, people are more willing to communicate their thoughts and ideas, which ultimately leads to improved problem solving. In addition, developing confidence in one's co-workers requires a strong foundation of interpersonal interactions. When workers trust one another, they are more likely to feel comfortable talking about their ideas with one another, working together on projects, and asking for assistance when it is required. Trust also helps to build a feeling of loyalty among workers, which is critical for retaining top talent, and is one of the most important benefits that trust provides. When workers have the sense that they are respected and appreciated by their employers, they are more likely to stay dedicated to their tasks and the goals of the organization. Interpersonal connections, in addition to facilitating cooperation and constructing trust among co-workers, may also contribute to an improved sense of morale in the workplace. It is more probable that workers will look forward to going to work each day if they have great connections with the people they work with. This may result in higher levels of motivation and production, in addition to an overall favorable shift in the atmosphere of the workplace. In addition, workers have a greater chance of experiencing feelings of support and value when they have close ties with the managers they report to. This may result in higher levels of work satisfaction and a reduced likelihood of employee turnover. It may be difficult to cultivate interpersonal interactions in the workplace, despite the fact that such relationships are vital to the success of an organization. The limited amount of time that workers have to spend getting to know one another is one of the most challenging aspects of the situation. It might be tough to find time for activities that foster teamwork or socialization outside of work when there are strict deadlines and hard workloads to contend with. Moreover, personality difficulties and cultural differences might make it challenging for certain individuals to connect with their co-workers. On the other hand, there are a number of different approaches that may be taken in order to cultivate interpersonal ties in the workplace. The creation of chances for workers to mingle with one another and get to know one another outside of the workplace is an efficient method. This may include events such as activities aimed at creating teams, workplace getaways, or even simply more relaxed trips after work. A further tactic is to foster an environment that encourages open and truthful communication among workers. It is possible to do this by encouraging active listening and delivering feedback on a frequent basis. When it comes to the development of interpersonal connections, it is essential for managers to set a positive example for their subordinates to follow. When workers are in need of assistance or direction, managers should make themselves accessible and make an effort to develop personal relationships with their staff members. In addition, managers need to be aware of cultural differences as well as personality clashes, and they need to take action to resolve these problems before they become a problem. Relationships with co-workers are crucial to the development of a constructive and fruitful atmosphere at work. When workers have strong connections with one another, it helps to promote cooperation, builds trust, and boosts morale. Even though cultivating these connections might be difficult at times, there are a number of approaches that can be taken that will make the process simpler. Companies are able to develop a healthy and supportive workplace culture that is to the advantage of their workers, as well as the firm as a whole, if they provide employees with chances for socializing, encourage open communication, and lead by example. Benefits of building and nurturing interpersonal relationships. Connections with other people are an essential component of the lives of all individuals, regardless of the sphere in which they operate, professionally or privately. People may experience an increase in pleasure, improvements in mental and physical health, and an increase in the likelihood of being successful in one's professional life if they cultivate and sustain these relationships. Developing and sustaining healthy relationships with other people may have a significant impact on an individual's level of happiness. Since we are social creatures, it is essential for our well-being to establish meaningful connections with others throughout our lives. As we cultivate meaningful relationships with other individuals, we experience an increase in the sense that our lives have both purpose and belonging. In addition to this, we have access to a support network that may come to our aid at times when things are very difficult. It is possible that cultivating positive relationships with other people would bring more joy and pleasure into our lives, as well as a feeling of being happier and more pleased with life in general. In addition, forming and sustaining positive relationships with other people may be helpful to both our mental and physical health. Those who have a large number of supportive relationships in their lives, as shown by a number of studies, are more likely to have both improved mental and physical health. It has been shown that being able to talk to trusted friends and family members, and having someone to depend on, may help to reduce levels of stress and anxiety, which in turn can have a positive impact on our mental health. In addition, being a part of a social network that provides support may drive us to engage in good behaviors such as going to the gym, maintaining a nutritious diet, and avoiding harmful routines such as smoking and drinking to excess. Creating and sustaining good relationships with one's colleagues has the potential to bring about a number of a workplace's most desirable results. One of these advantages is a raised level of satisfaction attained via one's own job. If an employee has strong working relationships with both their colleagues and their employers, then it is more likely that they will look forward to coming to work each day. This is especially true if the worker has a job that they like. Because of this, there is a possibility that levels of motivation and output will increase, in addition to a general change towards a more positive mood in the workplace. Workers are also more likely to remain dedicated to their job as well as the mission of the business, if they perceive that both their colleagues and management support and respect them. It is possible that an increase in the amount of collaboration that takes place in the workplace may be brought about by cultivating and sustaining good interpersonal relationships in the workplace. It is far more probable that employees will be able to effectively cooperate with one another if they have established good ties with one another and work together. This is because they have a more in-depth understanding of one another's talents, which allows them to allocate duties in a way that is more productive. As a result of this, they are able to work together more effectively. In addition, when employees develop strong links with one another, they are more likely to converse openly and honestly with one another. People are more inclined to discuss their views and ideas as a direct result of this, which eventually leads to enhanced problem solving. Creating and sustaining positive interpersonal relationships in the workplace may not only lead to an increase in the amount of collaboration that takes place there, but it may also lead to an increase in the amount of creativity that takes place there. If employees have a good attitude towards working with one another and sharing their views and ideas, it is more probable that they will come up with unique and creative methods of problem solving. Because of this, there is a possibility that production will increase, costs will decrease, and the quality of the products or services will improve. Even while doing so has a wide variety of beneficial consequences on one's life, building genuine relationships with other people in today's fast-paced culture may be tough. Many are so busy with their jobs, their families, and other commitments that it may be difficult for them to make time to socialize and establish relationships with others. Connecting with others could be challenging for certain individuals due to a variety of factors, such as challenges with their personalities or disparities in their cultural upbringing. Individuals, however, have a variety of options available to them in terms of how they might go about establishing and sustaining good relationships with other people in their lives. A sensible action that may assist you in achieving your objectives is to include time in your schedule for socializing and keeping ties with other people. Building connections may be accomplished in a variety of ways, including taking part in social activities or hobbies, attending gatherings designed for the purpose of networking, or even simply reaching out to folks for a conversation or a coffee break. Another strategy you may use while interacting with other people is to portray oneself in a way that is approachable and open. Individuals are more likely to want to form relationships with people who are outgoing, intriguing, and genuinely interested in getting to know them. Humans also have a greater tendency to want to form connections with people who are interesting. While creating connections with other people, it is essential to be aware of the cultural differences that exist, as well as the personality conflicts that may occur. Both of these factors may potentially cause frictions in the relationships that are formed. Even if a person's ideas and values are not congruent with their own, that person should nonetheless make an effort to understand and respect the viewpoints and values held by others. They should also strive to settle disputes in a manner that is respectful of others and productive, as this may eventually lead to relationships that are healthier and more positive over the course of time. A person's life, on both a personal and a professional level, may benefit in a number of ways from the creation and maintenance of good relationships with other people. Individuals are able to construct and cultivate strong and good relationships that provide a variety of advantages to their life if they make the time to socialize, are accessible, understand and respect one another, and communicate effectively. Interpersonal interactions are necessary for a meaningful and successful existence for a variety of reasons, including, but not limited to, improved mental and physical health, greater happiness, and expanded opportunities for cooperation and creativity. Chapter 1. Communication. Effective communication is vital in any workplace or organization, as it is the primary means for exchanging information, clarifying expectations and goals, building relationships, and improving teamwork. Here are a few ways to cultivate strong communication practices. Foster open and honest communication. It is vital, in order to foster a culture that is positive and productive in the workplace, to establish an environment in which everyone feels free to express themselves without fear of criticism or reprisal. This is one of the conditions that must be met in order to fulfill this need. When employees believe that they are able to openly express their views and ideas with their co-workers, they are more likely to feel engaged and inspired in their job, which in turn leads to increased cooperation and innovative approaches to problem resolution. In this section, we will investigate ways to foster such an atmosphere by modeling excellent communication practices, requesting input from team members and reacting to it, and providing opportunities for team members to express themselves. It is very important to cultivate an environment in which everyone has the sense that they can freely express themselves, and it is just as important to provide a good example of productive communication patterns. For this purpose, it is necessary to maintain an active listening posture, demonstrate care for the perspectives of others, and to provide feedback that is constructive. When members of a team see their supervisors and other team members modeling particular behaviors, they are more likely to feel comfortable behaving in a way that is comparable to what they have seen modeled for them. On the other side, communication that is hostile and dismissive may create an environment in which it is challenging for individuals to open up and be truthful about how they feel and what they are experiencing. One strategy that may be used in order to serve as an example for others of successful communication skills is active listening. This involves paying close attention to the information that the speaker is delivering and making an attempt to grasp the perspective that is being discussed. In addition to this, it is necessary for you to ask follow-up questions in order to get further information and give explanations in order to ensure that you have complete knowledge of their point of view. In addition, it is also important to provide a critique that is not only constructive, but also centered on improving the idea at hand, rather than criticizing the person who first proposed the idea. Asking for feedback and making an effort to improve in response to that feedback is another useful strategy for building an environment in which people from diverse backgrounds feel free to express themselves without fear of repercussions. Employees are more likely to feel engaged and motivated in their job when they perceive that their contributions are being recognized and taken into account by the management. Feedback, provided that it is presented in a manner that is both respectful and constructive, has the potential to contribute to greater collaboration and problem solving, provided that it is given in the appropriate manner. It is feasible for managers to organize regular one-on-one meetings with members of the team in order to gather feedback from those individuals. During these sessions, team members may share their thoughts and ideas with the management. Moreover, anonymous feedback surveys may be used to obtain information from staff members who may not feel comfortable speaking their thoughts in front of a group. This may be useful for staff members who are concerned about being judged negatively for their opinions. It is also very important to respond to feedback in a fast and courteous manner, taking the time to address any concerns and offering clear explanations for any decisions that are made. The provision of opportunities for members of the team to offer their views and ideas is an additional crucial strategy for building an environment in which everyone feels comfortable expressing their thoughts and ideas. This kind of event might include things like activities that bring people together to create teams, brainstorming sessions, and open forums for discussion. When employees are given the opportunity to collaborate and discuss their ideas, it is feasible that this may result in greater collaboration, as well as fresh approaches to finding solutions to problems. In addition to this, it is of the utmost importance to cultivate a culture that acknowledges the relevance of diversity and encourages involvement from anyone and everyone. This requires recognizing the unique perspectives and life experiences that each member of the team brings to the table, and making a big deal out of those aspects of those contributions. When workers have the impression that their one-of-a-kind qualities are acknowledged and treasured, they are more likely to feel at ease when it comes to expressing their thoughts and ideas. This is because acknowledging and cherishing an individual's unique qualities encourages people to be themselves. Ultimately, it is vital to address any practices that may limit open and honest communication, since doing so is unproductive. This is because it is essential to address any practices that may restrict open and honest communication. This includes behaviors such as participating in meaningless banter, interrupting other individuals, or dismissing their ideas without giving them the proper amount of consideration. If these tactics are permitted to continue unchecked, they have the potential to create a hostile environment at work that hinders free expression. This might happen if the actions are allowed to continue unchecked. It is of the utmost importance to address these behaviors in a prompt and direct way, making use of open communication and constructive criticism in order to aid members of the team in realizing the significance of their actions. It is vital, in order to foster a culture that is positive and productive in the workplace, to establish an environment in which everyone feels free to express themselves without fear of criticism or reprisal. This is one of the conditions that must be met in order to fulfill this need. This can be accomplished through the modeling of effective communication behaviors, the solicitation of and response to feedback, the creation of opportunities for members of the team to express themselves, the valuation of diversity and inclusivity, and the identification and correction of behaviors that discourage open communication. Modeling effective communication behaviors can be done in a number of different ways. By using the aforementioned strategies, businesses have the opportunity to create a culture in the workplace that encourages open communication and honesty. In addition to the many other advantages, this will lead to better employee engagement, problem-solving abilities, and collaboration. Use clear and concise language. When it comes to effective communication, having the skill to express oneself in a manner that is readily comprehensible is absolutely necessary. In order for the communication to be regarded as effective, it is necessary that all parties involved find it easy and uncomplicated to understand what is being said. Unfortunately, a large number of people have a poor habit of using jargon, technical terms, and acronyms in their daily speech. This makes it more difficult for others to grasp what they are saying. There is a possibility that this may lead to misunderstandings, poor communication, and even conflict. In this section, we will discuss why it is important to avoid using jargon, technical terminology, or acronyms that may be perplexing to others, as well as how to explain your views in a way that is understandable to others. The use of jargon, specialist terms, and acronyms may be helpful in some situations. However, this is not always the case. For example, the usage of specialized vocabulary and an understanding of that terminology may be commonplace within a particular sector of the economy or field of study. But if you are communicating with people who are not active in that business or profession, utilizing jargon or words that are exclusive to that industry or subject may be confusing and off-putting to them. In addition, there is the possibility that many industries may use the same phrase to refer to a range of different concepts, which can make the use of acronyms extremely challenging. While communicating with people, it is crucial to avoid using jargon, technical vocabulary, and acronyms wherever it is feasible to achieve the goal of having clear communication that can be easily understood by all parties involved. One of the key reasons for this is the fact that those who are unsure of the meaning of a term or acronym may be hesitant to seek clarification for fear of seeming dumb. This might lead to misunderstandings and mistakes, both of which are potentially costly in terms of the amount of time and money that are wasted as a consequence. Avoiding the use of jargon, technical language, and acronyms wherever it is feasible is a vital step to take in order to foster an atmosphere of inclusion and make certain that everyone feels like they belong. When individuals are excluded from a discourse due to their unfamiliarity with certain languages or acronyms that are being discussed, it is possible for such people to develop feelings of alienation and marginalization. It is possible that this will have a negative impact, not just on the mentalities of workers and their levels of productivity, but also on the culture of the whole firm. The use of jargon, technical terms, or acronyms that may not be understandable to other people is another factor that could make communication less successful. When individuals are required to stop what they are doing in order to seek clarification or look up the meaning of a phrase or acronym, the process of communication is slowed down. This is because it takes more time to perform either of these things. This might prove to be particularly problematic in situations when time is of the essence, such as those that are characterized by a rapid pace. How can individuals communicate with one another without resorting to the use of jargon, technical terms, or acronyms that may be difficult for others to comprehend? The very first thing that you need to do is give some thought to the audience for your presentation. It is critical to use language that can be easily understood by all individuals taking part in a discussion, particularly when one is having a conversation with others who are not actively engaged in a certain company or profession. As a result of this, the communicator may be forced to invest considerably more effort than is typically necessary, since they may be asked to offer a more in-depth explanation of certain words or concepts. The use of analogies and examples as a way of illuminating concepts is one more effective technique for avoiding the utilization of jargon, technical language, and acronyms, all of which have the potential to generate misunderstanding for other people. It is possible that this approach will prove to be very useful when attempting to explain difficult ideas or steps to someone else. By drawing comparisons or utilizing real-world examples to illustrate their points, individuals may make the content of their message more relatable to a wider audience. In addition to this, it is quite important to take into consideration the setting in which the dialogue is taking place. For instance, if you're giving a presentation to a group of individuals who come from a range of organizations or fields, it may be very important to provide additional context and background information so that everyone is on the same page. On the other hand, while speaking within a certain industry or field, it may be acceptable to use jargon or technical terminology that is regularly understood by the intended audience. It is essential to have communication that is understandable in order for there to be effective communication. The use of jargon, technical terms, or acronyms that are foreign to other people may lead to a breakdown in communication, misunderstandings, and even conflict. It is necessary to communicate in a language that can be understood by everyone, and it is equally essential to explain one's opinions in a clear and succinct way. Both of these things may help to avert the difficulties that have been described. This requires not just a knowledge of the context in which the communication is taking place, but also a willingness to provide more explanation when it is essential to do so. By adhering to these steps to ensure that their communication is clear, incisive, effective, and successful, individuals have the opportunity to strengthen their connections, increase their productivity, and contribute to the development of a more positive culture within their organizations. In this way, it is possible that this will contribute to enhanced communication in general. If you want to avoid using jargon, technical terms, or acronyms that may be confusing to others, it may need a little bit more work on your behalf. Nevertheless, the benefits more than justify the effort. It is feasible that enhanced interpersonal relationships in the workplace may be established with the help of clear communication, which might, in the end, lead to higher success, not just for individuals, but also for companies. Listen actively. One of the most important skills to have in both personal and professional interactions is the ability to communicate effectively. It is a common adage that communication is a two-way street, and this adage rings especially true when discussing the importance of good communication. It is crucial to be able to explain oneself in a clear and succinct manner, but it is also important to be able to actively listen to others and make an effort to comprehend the viewpoints of those around you. In this section, we will discuss the significance of active listening, as well as the ways in which it may enhance communication in a variety of contexts throughout life. One of the skills that may be developed is called active listening. It is paying attention to what another person is saying, both orally and non-verbally. It entails paying attention to the words, body language, and tone of voice of the speaker, as well as making an effort to comprehend the speaker's message as a whole. In addition, active listening involves offering comments to the person who is speaking, asking questions to get clarity, and making an effort to understand things from their point of view. Active listening requires the capacity to put one's own ideas and emotions to the side and concentrate totally on the person who is speaking. This is one of the essential components of the skill. This entails putting away distractions such as mobile phones, desktop computers, and other individuals in order to pay full attention to the person who is speaking. It also involves putting aside any preconceived conceptions or prejudices that one may have and making an effort to comprehend the complete message that is being conveyed by the speaker. Asking questions for the purpose of gaining clarity is another essential component of active listening. It is crucial to make sure that we have a complete comprehension of what the speaker is trying to convey by asking questions if there is anything that we do not comprehend that is being mentioned. This might entail asking the speaker for particular information, asking for examples, or just asking the speaker to restate what they have said in a new manner. All of these are instances of this kind of question. Seeking to understand something from the viewpoint of the person you are listening to is another component of active listening. This implies attempting to comprehend the speaker's ideas, emotions, and motives by placing oneself in their position and imagining what they are going through. If we do this, not only will we be able to increase our capacity to communicate clearly, but we will also have a better comprehension of the message that the speaker is trying to convey. There are numerous advantages of practicing active listening in addition to its ability to improve communication. It demonstrates to the other person that you are really interested in what they have to say, which may go a long way toward fostering trust and a sense of camaraderie between you. Since it gives both parties the opportunity to communicate their thoughts and emotions in a manner that is non-judgmental and courteous, it may also be helpful in resolving problems. Active listening is a talent that may be difficult to acquire, despite the numerous advantages it offers. The inclination to concentrate on one's own thoughts and emotions rather than paying attention to the message being conveyed by the speaker is one of the most significant challenges. Because of this, there is a greater potential for misunderstandings, poor communication, and a breakdown in relationships. Yet, one's active listening abilities may be improved by the use of a number of different tactics. Mindfulness training is a useful technique that may be used. This requires one to be totally present in the moment and to concentrate without distraction on the information that is being conveyed by the speaker. In addition to this, it requires resisting the impulse to intrude or interrupt other people while they are expressing their views or opinions. One further tactic is to make use of non-verbal indicators to demonstrate that one is attentively listening to what is being said. This might include maintaining eye contact with the person who is speaking, nodding one's head in agreement, or demonstrating engagement in the discussion via the use of various types of body language. Last but not least, keep in mind that active listening is a continuous activity. This is a very crucial point. It is something that, with consistent work and practice, can be improved over time, but it does need those things. We may enhance our capacity for communication and develop deeper, more meaningful connections with folks in our immediate environment if we make a concerted effort to pay attention to what other people are saying and respond accordingly. The two-way street that is effective communication involves both speaking and listening in order to be successful. Active listening is an essential part of good communication because it entails paying attention to the message that is being sent by the speaker, asking questions in order to get clarification, and making an effort to view things from the perspective of the other person. There are a number of different approaches that may be taken to strengthen active listening, despite the fact that it can be a challenging ability to perfect. We may enhance our communication skills and develop better, more meaningful connections with individuals in our immediate environment if we engage in the practice of mindfulness, make use of non-verbal clues, and make a deliberate effort to actively listen to others. In the end, clear and efficient communication is necessary for all facets of life, including personal connections as well as professional settings. We may become better communicators, more empathetic people, and develop deeper, more meaningful connections with those in our environment if we learn the skill of active listening and make it a part of our daily lives. Hence, the next time you find yourself in a discussion, make it a point to listen attentively, inquire about points that need to be clarified, and work to comprehend the viewpoint of the other person. It is possible that this will be the deciding factor. Communicate regularly. It is crucial to the functioning of any group or organization that members be able to communicate in a way that is both clear and effective. It allows members of the team to collaborate effectively with one another, communicate information with one another, and work together toward the accomplishment of common goals. Despite this, communication should also take place at other times, not only when a problem arises or during meetings that have been set in advance. It is possible that informal check-ins and updates on a frequent basis would be useful in order to maintain communication among the members of the team, build trust and rapport with one another, and guarantee that everyone is on the same page about the current situation. In this section, we will cover the value of informal communication, as well as the ways in which it may increase the dynamics of a team, as well as the productivity of those members of that team. One of the key benefits of using this method of communication is the facilitation of the development of relationships and trust among the members of a team. Informal communication plays a role in this process. When members of a team communicate with one another often, they have the opportunity to get more personally acquainted with one another, exchange their perspectives and ideas, and cultivate a sense of camaraderie within the group. It is likely that doing so will aid in the development of a pleasant and collaborative working environment, in which members of the team feel valued and supported in their contributions. It may be helpful to ensure that everyone is kept up to speed on major decisions and other pertinent information, if regular check-ins and updates are provided. In addition to helping to develop relationships, this may also aid in ensuring that everyone is kept up to date. This is of the highest relevance in fast-paced environments when quick changes are routine, and members of a team may be working on multiple aspects of the same project all at the same time. If the members of the team are kept up to date, they will be able to make more informed decisions and will see an increase in how productive they are. Keeping open lines of communication may also be advantageous in lowering the chance of misunderstandings and arguments. When members of a team are kept up to speed on what is happening inside the team, they have a lower risk of making assumptions or inaccurately interpreting the conduct of other members of the team. This may make it easier to prevent misunderstandings and conflicts, both of which may be a cause of wasted time and energy in addition to being a disturbance. In order to improve the casual conversation that takes place inside a group, one may pursue any one of a variety of different ways. An effective strategy that may be implemented is to make regular contact with the members of the team in order to find out how things are going. This work can need to be completed once per week, every other week, or none of those options, depending on the needs of the team. During these check-ins, the members of the team may converse with one another and make opinions, as well as provide updates on their work and discuss any issues or challenges they are presently facing. Another helpful strategy is to inform everyone once a week or once a month about the progress that has been made in the project. This may be performed via the use of an online platform for project management, instant chat, or email. The status updates have to be condensed, and they have to include information on what has been finished, what is currently being worked on, and any challenges or roadblocks that have been experienced. This may be beneficial in presenting a clear picture of the progress that the team is making, as well as keeping members of the team informed of the latest developments. In addition to this, it is necessary to give the members of the team an environment that is inviting and inclusive, and in which they are free to communicate their thoughts and views in an open and honest manner. This may be achieved by requesting feedback and ideas from each and every member of the group, regardless of their position or role within the team as a whole. When this is done, the members of the team have a greater chance of feeling appreciated and of being part of the process of decision-making, which may, in turn, enhance the degree of motivation and engagement that they have. Not to put too fine a point on it, but it is critical that one maintains consistency in the communication efforts that they put out. Check-ins and status reports at certain intervals need to be established in advance and followed. Also, members of the team have to be motivated in some way to retain an open channel of conflict with one another at all times. It is possible for members of a team to build a sense of trust and reliability by continuously communicating with one another, which in turn may boost both the members' overall level of satisfaction as well as their level of productivity. It is crucial to the functioning of any group or organization that members be able to communicate in a way that is both clear and effective. It may be helpful to develop relationships, improve trust and rapport, and ensure that everyone is aware of crucial decisions and updates by doing regular informal check-ins and updating everyone on the situation. It is essential to have both official meetings and communication, but it is also important to have regular casual check-ins and updates. Techniques such as frequent check-ins, weekly or monthly updates, and the creation of an environment that is open and welcoming to everyone can help members of a team improve their ability to communicate with one another and their success rate in working toward shared goals. These techniques can also help members of the team increase the rate at which they are successful in working towards these goals. Utilize multiple communication channels. Strong communication is one of the most critical factors that determine the level of success that a team achieves. Nonetheless, there is a possibility that different members of the team like a variety of modes of communication. As a direct result of this, it is essential to make use of a variety of channels in order to ensure that everyone on the team is able to engage effectively with one another. When it comes to matters of communication, different members of a team may have varying preferences. This is one of the primary reasons why it is important to use a number of communication channels. For instance, some members of the team could choose to communicate with one another via the use of email, while others would go for instant messaging, phone calls, or in-person get-togethers instead. If there are a variety of channels accessible, the members of the team have the flexibility to choose the method of communication that is not only the most comfortable for them, but also the one that will provide the best results. It is vital to use a variety of communication techniques for a number of reasons, one of which is to ease the timely transmission of crucial information to all concerned parties. This is one of the reasons why using a variety of communication methods is necessary. For example, if a member of the team is out of the office or otherwise unavailable, it is possible that sending an email or instant message will be more beneficial than calling them or meeting with them in person. This is because sending an email or instant message does not require the recipient to download and install any software. In a similar vein, if a member of the team is situated in a location that is distracting or has a lot of background noise, a phone discussion may not be the optimal solution. Nevertheless, an email or instant message might be more advantageous in this situation. In addition, making use of a variety of channels of communication rather than relying on just one is likely to be an efficient approach to cut down on the number of misunderstandings and mistakes that occur as a result of communication. In some situations, such as when a member of the team does not have a good command of a particular language or has difficulty understanding certain regional accents, written communication may be preferred to spoken communication. In a similar vein, if a member of the team has problems reading or interpreting written material, verbal communication may be the most suitable choice. The issue that has to be answered right now is how the leaders of the team will choose which methods of communication will be most useful for each individual member of the team. An effective strategy that might be used is one in which the members of the team are surveyed on the channels of communication that they use most often, and are presented with a variety of options. For instance, at team meetings, team leaders might question team members as to which modes of communication the members like the most, and which ones they perceive to be the most successful. By providing the members of the team with a variety of different options, the leaders of the group may ensure that every member has access to the communication channels that are most productive for them in their particular situation. As an additional strategy, take into consideration the environment in which the dialogue is taking place. Textual communication such as email or instant messaging is likely to be the most effective method to use in certain scenarios. For example, if a member of the team needs to relay specific information or instructions to the rest of the group, textual communication such as email or instant messaging is likely to be the most effective method. On the other hand, if a member of the team needs to establish a rapport with the other people on the team or address sensitive matters, it is likely that a face-to-face meeting or a phone conversation is the most suitable form of communication. This is because face-to-face meetings and phone conversations allow for direct eye contact between the participants. In addition to this, it is necessary to take into consideration the amount of significance attached to the message. For instance, if a member of the team has to address an urgent problem, the technique that should be used may be a phone call or an instant message, since these kinds of communication are more likely to elicit an immediate reaction from the recipient. On the other hand, if the message does not need urgent attention, then it may be more appropriate to communicate it either in person or by email. In conclusion, it is very necessary to have a flexible and adaptable mentality when it comes to the many different communication channels. If there is a shift in either the dynamic of the team or the preferences of the individuals on it, it is probable that the communication channels that are now being used will need to be updated. By keeping an open mind towards new proposals and comments from team members, team leaders may ensure that all members of the team have access to the communication channels that are most beneficial for them personally. In order for a team's communication to be effective, it is always necessary for the team to make use of a variety of communication channels. If the leaders of the team give the members of the team a number of diverse alternatives, they may ensure that everyone in the team can communicate effectively and efficiently. By taking into account the preferences of individual team members, taking into consideration the context, as well as being flexible and adaptable, team leaders have the capacity to develop a communication atmosphere that supports collaboration, innovation, and success. Hence, the next time you connect with your team, bear in mind that you should think about the optimal communication channels for each member of your team, and you should employ a variety of communication channels to ensure that good communication is accomplished for everyone. Chapter 2: Collaborative Teamwork. The importance of teamwork. To be successful in practically every aspect of life, including sports, business, and even personal relationships, it is vital to have the capacity to be successful while working within a group dynamic. It is the capability of individuals to work together towards a shared purpose, applying their own talents and capacities to the best of their ability in order to achieve a target that all parties agree upon, in order to accomplish a goal. In the following paragraphs, we will address the relevance of working together as a team and the ways in which doing so may lead to better success and a higher feeling of happiness in a variety of aspects of one's life. The greater production that may be obtained as a result of working together in a team, as opposed to individually, is one of the most significant benefits of working in a team. When individuals work together, they are better able to capitalize on each other's strengths and make up for the weaknesses of the group as a whole. This is because collaboration improves people's ability to capitalize on each other's capabilities. Because of this, the group will be able to increase their productivity and efficiency, which will, in the long run, lead to greater levels of success. As members of a team collaborate on a project, they may find that they build a sense of teamwork and camaraderie with one another. When individuals work together to achieve a similar goal, they develop a sense of shared purpose and a commitment to the execution of that mission. Both a strong connection between members of the team and a sense of belonging is fostered as a result of this, and both of these things have the potential to be incredibly influential and inspirational. One further significant benefit of working in a team is the opportunity for individual growth and progression, which may be accomplished more quickly. People have the chance to teach and be taught by one another when they work together on a project, which broadens their horizons in terms of both their knowledge and their skill. This may be particularly beneficial in the workplace, since teams are able to use the knowledge of a varied group of team members to take on difficult tasks and develop original solutions. Those who collaborate on projects are more likely to come up with original ideas and solutions. When individuals join together to find a solution to a problem, they have the chance to build off of one another's ideas and come up with new and unique ways to tackle the problem. It is possible that this will result in discoveries and ideas that simply would not be possible if individuals worked in solitude. In addition to the benefits described above, participation in teamwork may also improve a person's capacity to communicate clearly and to find amicable solutions to disagreements. When many individuals work together on a project, they have the joint duty of maintaining open lines of communication and resolving differences in a manner that moves the project forward. This may be of assistance in the development of communication and conflict resolution skills, both of which may be valuable in a variety of different aspects of a person's life. Working together on a project may present a number of challenges, despite the fact that it also has a number of potential benefits. In order for individuals to accomplish what they have set out to do, it is imperative that they put their pride aside and work together. This may prove to be difficult, particularly in situations in which different individuals have different points of view or approaches to taking the settlement of a problem. Nevertheless, there are a number of different techniques that may be done in order to create greater cooperation. These approaches are included below. One strategy that has the potential to be of great use is establishing goals and objectives that are absolutely crystal clear. If the members of a team have a crystal clear idea of the end objective they are striving to achieve, there is a far better chance that they will be able to work together effectively and successfully. One more strategy is to make sure that every single member of the team is aware of their particular role and the responsibilities that come along with it. When members of a team are made aware of the responsibilities for which they are responsible, they are more likely to take ownership of the actions for which they are accountable, which increases the likelihood that they will effectively cooperate with one another. In conclusion, it is very important to cultivate a setting that promotes open communication and feedback among the members of the team. People are more likely to be able to constructively work with one another and come up with innovative solutions to problems where they do not feel pushed to keep their thoughts and emotions to themselves, and when they are not prevented from expressing them. When it comes to achieving success in any activity in life, collaboration is one of the most vital elements to consider. It fosters a sense of community and camaraderie, encourages inventiveness and creativity, and improves one's capacity for effective communication and dispute resolution, among other benefits. When people collaborate on a project, they are able to accomplish far more than when they work on it alone. Even though there are situations in which working together could be challenging, there are a variety of things that can be done to make the process of collaborating more successful. When teams establish transparent goals and objectives, clarify their roles and responsibilities, they are able to work together more effectively and achieve greater levels of success. Whether you are at your place of employment, on the playing field, or in your personal relationships, it is important to constantly remind yourself of the importance of teamwork and the benefits that come from working together with others toward the achievement of a common goal. Building trust and respect. Trust in one another and respect for one another are the cornerstones upon which a productive team is constructed. When members of a team have trust and respect for one another, they are more likely to work together effectively, communicate honestly with one another, and succeed in reaching the goals that they have set for themselves as a group. In the paragraphs that follow, we are going to talk about how important it is for members of a team to develop a sense of trust and respect for one another, as well as the several approaches that may be used to achieve these goals. Trust serves as the bedrock upon which any productive community is constructed. When members of a team have confidence in one another, they are more likely to communicate honestly with one another, share information with one another, and work together toward the accomplishment of a common goal. A sense of safety and security may also be built via trust, which allows members of a team to take risks and innovate without fear that they might fail at what they are doing. Building trust among members of a team may be accomplished in part by outlining everyone's roles, responsibilities, and parameters from the beginning. When individuals in a team have a crystal clear grasp of both what is required of them and what they may anticipate from the actions of others on the team, it is much simpler for them to place their faith in one another. In addition to this, it is very necessary to follow through on promises until they are finished, and to accept responsibility for one's own actions. When members of a team establish a pattern of keeping the commitments they make to one another and accepting responsibility for the mistakes that they make, they win the trust of other people involved in the endeavor. As a further approach to creating trust between the parties, encouraging open dialogue and feedback is a good idea. It is far more probable that members of a team will trust one another if they feel comfortable enough to talk openly and honestly with one another about their thoughts and opinions. Also, it is crucial to demonstrate empathy while carefully listening to the other person. When individuals in a team have the perception that their contributions are being heard and understood by one another, they are more likely to trust one another. Respect for one another is an additional trait that is necessary for the success of a group. When members of a team have respect for one another, they are more likely to work together effectively, enjoy a range of perspectives, and promote one another's expansion and maturation. Also, respect contributes to the development of a positive culture within a team, one in which employees have the experience of being valued and respected. Appreciating the contributions and perspectives of a diverse range of individuals is one method that may be used to cultivate a culture of respect within a group. When members of a team understand and acknowledge the unique talents and experiences that each member contributes to the group, it makes it much simpler for those individuals to work together in a productive manner. It is crucial for all members of the team to treat one another with attention and compassion at all times, regardless of their rank or role within the group. When members of a group demonstrate empathy and compassion for the people around them, they acquire respect from the people in their immediate environment. One other strategy that may be used to cultivate respect is the acknowledgement and celebration of achievements and accomplishments. When members of a team are valued and respected for their contributions, and when those contributions are recognized and appreciated, the members of the team feel as if they have something to contribute to the team. In addition to this, it is quite important to provide feedback that is not only constructive, but also kind. When members of a team are shown respect when feedback is being given to them, those members are more likely to take the feedback to heart and apply it to both themselves and their work in order to improve. In addition to these strategies, there is a range of other tactics that may be used to foster trust and respect within a group. These approaches can be utilized in conjunction with the methods described above. Among them is the installation of a positive culture within the group, the encouragement of collaboration and collaborative efforts, and the availability of opportunities for both individual and collective growth. If a firm places a greater focus on developing trust and respect among its members, it may be able to create a workplace environment that is more positive and conducive to productivity. Because of this, the members of the team will experience higher levels of success as well as greater levels of happiness. It is extremely important for the accomplishment of objectives and the gaining of happiness for members of a group to cultivate a mutual sense of trust and esteem for one another. When teams establish clear expectations and boundaries, encourage open communication and feedback, value diversity, treat others with kindness and empathy, celebrate success and recognize contributions, and cultivate a positive team culture, they are able to work together more effectively and accomplish their objectives. Therefore, whether you are making connections in your professional life or in your personal life, it is essential to keep in mind the significance of cultivating trust and respect within a group, as well as the efficacy of cooperating with others to achieve a common goal. This is true whether you are making connections in your professional life or in your personal life. Resolving conflicts in a team. It does not matter whether the team in issue is a corporate team, a sports team, or just a group of friends. There will always be disagreements amongst the members of the team. This will always be the case. Disagreements, which may have a detrimental impact not only on the spirit of the team, but also on the output that it produces, may arise as a result of differences in personalities, points of view, or values among the members of the team. The first thing that needs to be done in order to begin resolving conflicts that have emerged among members of a team is to identify the basic issues that need to be addressed. This is the step that needs to be taken. It is essential to clearly define the issue at hand and to make certain that everyone is aware of the opinions and concerns of every member of the team, in order to reduce the likelihood that misunderstandings or poor communication will result in disagreements. Doing so will help to reduce the likelihood that disagreements will result from either of these factors. The next stage, which occurs after the problem has been identified, is to manage the situation in a way that is productive and shows respect for everyone who is involved. In order for you to be successful in this endeavor, you will need to be an attentive listener, have empathy for the other person, and be ready to look at things from their point of view. If members of a team believe that the other members of the team have listened to them and understand what they have to say, then the likelihood that those members will be receptive to finding a solution that is satisfactory for all parties involved increases dramatically. When members of a group are striving to resolve differences in opinion, it is essential for those members to refrain from making personal attacks on other members of the group, or assigning responsibility to other members of the group. Instead, you should concentrate on the problem at hand and collaborate with the people around you to come up with a solution that satisfies the requirements of everyone who is involved in the situation. In order to overcome this obstacle, you are going to need to demonstrate that you are flexible and prepared to make concessions. Determining the criteria for cooperative communication and engagement is a good place to start when trying to mediate disagreements that have arisen among members of a group. This tactic has been shown to be successful. Guidelines for courteous communication, careful listening, and providing constructive criticism are some examples that might be included in this section. In a similar vein, there should be a set of criteria for delivering constructive criticism. When members of a team have a good grasp of how to communicate with one another and work together in an efficient manner, the likelihood of disputes occurring among those members of the team is decreased. Also, it is of the utmost importance to confront problems in the workplace as soon as they arise. There is a larger possibility that disagreements may develop and become more difficult to settle if they are left to fester for a prolonged period of time. When members of a team have the opportunity to address their contrasting viewpoints at an earlier stage, they have a better chance of working together to find a solution to a problem before it escalates into a more significant issue. When members of a group are having trouble working together to discover answers to problems, it may, at times, be essential to bring in a neutral third person to serve as a mediator in order to facilitate communication and collaboration amongst the members of the group. This tactic has the potential to be especially beneficial in situations in which the issue at hand is highly complex, or in which both parties have strongly held beliefs and feelings about the problem. A neutral third party is able to help in fostering communication and cooperation, as well as work with members of the team to generate a solution that is acceptable for everyone involved in the problem. This may be accomplished in a number of different ways. In the end, resolving disagreements within a team requires a desire to communicate in an open and honest manner, a willingness to view things from the perspective of the other person, as well as a dedication to finding a solution that satisfies the requirements of all members of the team. These three things are necessary in order to resolve disagreements. If these requirements are satisfied, then the conflicts may be settled once and for all. Teams have the capacity to promote healthy communication and collaboration, which in turn leads to increased levels of professional performance and a heightened sense of personal satisfaction for each individual member of the team. This may be accomplished by establishing clear standards for communication and collaboration, resolving conflicts in a timely manner, and, if necessary, asking for the help of a neutral third party so that you can be guided through the crisis. There are three strategies that have shown to be successful in resolving conflicts within a group, which are, unfortunately, an unavoidable aspect of the functioning of any organization. Open communication, empathy, and a willingness to compromise are the strategies that fall under this category. Teams are able to work together to find a solution that satisfies the requirements of all members of the group if they first determine the underlying cause of the conflict, approach it in a manner that is constructive and respectful, and then establish ground rules for communication and collaboration. In this way, teams are able to work together to find a solution that satisfies the requirements of all members of the group. Teams are able to collaborate in this manner in order to come up with a solution that fulfills the criteria of each individual member of the group. Whether you're doing it in the context of your professional life, your sporting pursuits, or your personal ties, it is important to keep in mind how important it is to develop effective communication and collaboration skills in order to solve problems that arise within a group. Collaborative teamwork refers to working together with others in a coordinated effort to achieve a common goal or objective. It requires effective communication, active listening, mutual respect, and a willingness to work toward a shared purpose. Collaborative teamwork can take many different forms depending on the nature of the project or task at hand. It might involve brainstorming ideas, dividing up tasks or responsibilities, sharing information or resources, providing feedback and support, or working together to solve problems. One of the key advantages of collaborative teamwork is that it can bring together different perspectives and skill sets. By working together, team members can draw on each other's strengths and experiences and use them to achieve better results than they could on their own. However, effective collaborative teamwork also requires certain skills and behaviors. These might include active listening, taking the time to understand each other's perspectives and ideas; clear communication, expressing ideas clearly and concisely and be willing to ask for clarification when needed; respectful disagreement, being willing to challenge each other's ideas or assumptions, but doing so in a respectful and constructive way; flexibility, being open to new ideas or approaches and willing to adjust plans or strategies as needed; accountability, holding each other accountable for meeting shared goals or deadlines and being transparent about progress or issues that arise. Overall, collaborative teamwork can be a powerful tool for achieving success in a wide range of settings, from the workplace to community projects to personal endeavors. By working together, individuals can achieve more than they could on their own and generate new ideas and solutions that benefit everyone involved. Chapter 3. Building Professional Networks. The importance of networking. In the modern business climate, which is characterized by fast change and an ever-evolving terrain, it is more important than it has ever been to cultivate and maintain professional relationships. The act of forming relationships and establishing connections with other knowledgeable individuals in your industry or field is referred to as relationship building. In this section, we will address the relevance of professional networking, as well as the ways in which it may pave the way for more success and opportunity. Specifically, we will focus on how it may help pave the way for greater success in the field of marketing. Engaging in professional networking gives one the opportunity to gain new points of view and cognitively expand one's horizons, which is one of the most significant benefits associated with this activity. If you network with other professionals in your field, you may be able to keep up with the latest developing trends, technologies, and practices that are thought to be the most effective. If you want to make sure that you stay up to date and relevant in your industry, this might be of great assistance to you. The benefits of professional networking include, but are not limited to, the opportunities for collaboration and partnership that it makes available. You will have a better chance of finding potential partners or collaborators for future projects or initiatives if you network with other professionals and make connections with other people in your field. This may be of particular use to proprietors of small enterprises and entrepreneurs, since these individuals may not have access to a large workforce or network from individuals from whom they may draw. Participating in professional networking events provides one with several benefits, one of the most important being the opportunity to further one's career. Developing contacts with other professionals who are already employed in the same area as you might provide you with information about your potential job openings and career opportunities in your sector. As you progress in your chosen field, you may find that you have access to mentors or advisors who are able to provide you with guidance and support as you go forward. In addition to these benefits, taking part in professional networking events may also assist in increasing your visibility and reputation in the industry in which you work. Participating in industry events, conferences, and other opportunities to network with other individuals in the field may help you grow your brand and position yourself as an expert in your profession. This can be accomplished by positioning yourself as an industry leader. It is likely that doing so may lead to improved reputation and recognition, both of which can be highly useful in increasing your professional prospects. Doing these actions may also lead to higher earnings. Professional networking may be challenging for some individuals to execute successfully, despite the fact that it provides a wide range of benefits. It may be difficult for those who are more quiet or shy, since it requires them to put themselves out there and engage with other people. But there are a variety of routes that you may pursue in order to polish your skills in business networking, and you can choose whichever one works best for you. Attending professional events such as trade exhibitions and conferences is a prudent choice that could provide desirable outcomes. This is an opportunity to make connections with other knowledgeable people in your field and to get information about the most current advances in both fashion and technology. One further strategy that may be used is joining or taking part in the activities of various professional organizations or groups. This might provide you with access to a network of individuals who operate in your industry, in addition to the opportunities for collaboration and partnership that it presents. Moreover, there is a chance that doing so may open doors to opportunities for professional development and advancement. To summarize, if you want to extend the reach of your current network, it is very necessary to make efficient use of the social media platforms and online networking tools that are available today. Users of social networking services such as LinkedIn and Twitter have the opportunity to expand their professional networks, engage in discussions and debates relating to their specific areas of expertise, and build their online reputations. Professional networking is one of the essential things that lead to success in the current environment of the corporation, and it is one of your most crucial components. It will increase your visibility and reputation in your industry, in addition to giving opportunities for learning, collaboration, and the development of your professional skills. Despite the fact that some individuals may have difficulty participating in activities that involve networking, there are a few different ways that may be followed to improve one's ability to build and maintain a network of contacts. Attending industry events, becoming a member of a professional organization, and making use of online networking tools are all excellent ways to put yourself in a position to achieve more success and opportunities in your chosen field. You'll be able to build a solid network of individuals who are currently working in your industry if you do this. Because of this, it is essential that you keep in mind the significance of professional networking and the value of cultivating ties and connections with those working in your line of work, regardless of whether you are a recent college graduate or have been in the workforce for a considerable amount of time. Networking strategies. Building relationships with others who are also successful in their field is critical to being able to perform well in one's job, since it increases one's opportunities for education, collaboration, and career advancement. Networking may be challenging for certain individuals, particularly those who are more reserved or shy. This is especially true for people who are more introverted. In this section, we will discuss several effective strategies for professional networking with the intention of assisting you in establishing strong ties and connections within your chosen field of work. Our primary focus will be on providing you with actionable advice that you can put into practice immediately. One of the most successful strategies to create professional ties and networks is to participate in professional events and conferences in one's area. You'll have the opportunity to network with other professionals in your field, get information on the most current developments in technology and fashion, and take part in conversations and debates that are centered in your field of work. Before going to a certain event, it is a good idea to do some research on the subject that will be discussed and be acquainted with the relevant background information. Find out who will be speaking or presenting and get acquainted with the experiences and areas of expertise that they bring to the table. Putting this knowledge to use might help you to discover potential linkages or starting points for a debate. Throughout your time at the event, you should make an attempt to both meet new people and start up conversations with the attendees that you are already familiar with. Do not be hesitant to offer your own experiences and opinions, and do not let embarrassment prevent you from asking questions. Do not be afraid to reach out to other people. Everyone else is in the same position as you are, seeking to pick up new skills and develop new connections. Do not be cautious about reaching out to other people. In addition to networking in person, one of the most fruitful ways to make professional connections is to become a member of a professional organization or group. In addition to the opportunities for collaboration and partnership that this may provide, it may also give you access to a network of individuals who are already working in your industry. When you join an organization, you should do some research to find one that meets your requirements and caters to your interest. Moreover, you should verify that the group has a solid history. If you do this, you will enhance the probability of engaging with industry professionals who share your interests and who are able to give relevant advice and help since they are in the position to do so. When you have become a member of the organization, you should make the most of the opportunity by taking part in its many meetings and activities. Take part in a variety of events, such as meetings, seminars, and other get-togethers, and engage in conversation with other members of the organization. It is important that individuals should not let their fear of taking on leadership roles or volunteering for committees prevent them from doing so, since these activities may provide good opportunities to create relationships and connections. Online networking tools and social media platforms have the potential to be highly beneficial resources for professional networking in this day and age when digital technology is at its most advanced. Users of online communities such as LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook have the opportunity to network with other professionals and take part in discussions and issues that are relevant to their specific areas. If you want to get the most out of modern technologies, which need you to make use of the internet, then establishing a strong and professional presence online is very necessary. Creating a profile that is exhaustive and informative is required for this step. Your profile should include a summary of your prior experience and abilities, in addition to a headshot that is suitable for professional use. It is essential that you engage in conversation with other users of the site after you have completed the creation of your profile on the platform. Take part in online networks or organizations dedicated to your profession. Publish your own articles and insights, and provide critiques of the work produced by others. It is possible that doing so will make it easier to form relationships and develop connections, as well as to position oneself as an expert in one's chosen field of work. Maintain communication and do not stop following up. One of the most important components of business networking is making sure that you stay in touch with the people you have met through the process and following up with them to ensure that you are still in touch. After meeting someone for the first time in person at an event or interacting with them online, you should make it a point to write them a thank you note in the form of a letter or email. Throughout the time that you are working to broaden your professional network, it is crucial that you keep in contact with the individuals with whom you have previously built links. This might be as simple as sending a brief message or email to them once every few months to check in on how they are doing and to see if there is anything that they want. If you keep in touch with the people you have met, you'll be able to improve the relationships you currently have with them and put yourself in a position to take advantage of opportunities and collaborations in the future. Developing one's professional network is an important step that must be taken in order to be successful in one's employment. By going to industry events, joining professional organizations, making use of online networking tools, and keeping in contact with and remaining engaged with your contacts, you can build a powerful network of people working in your industry and put yourself in a better position to achieve greater success and take advantage of more opportunities. Because of this, it is essential that you keep in mind the significance of professional networking and the value of cultivating ties and connections with those working in your line of work. Regardless of whether you are a recent college graduate or have been in the workforce for a considerable amount of time. Maintaining professional connections. In today's fast-paced business climate, maintaining professional connections is an absolute must for reaching one's career goals. The phrase professional connections refers to the links that one makes with other people working in the same business, such as clients, colleagues, and mentors. These connections may be very beneficial to one's career. The possibility of gaining knowledge, engaging in cooperative endeavors, achieving success in one's professional life, and even advancing one's own personal growth as a direct consequence of these partnerships may be highly advantageous. When it comes to maintaining and strengthening professional connections, communication is one of the most important factors that plays a role. It is essential to keep your connections strong and to maintain the relationship that you have with someone by keeping in contact with them on a regular basis and discussing topics that are pertinent to the conversation. This might be achieved via the use of recurring in-person meetings, phone calls, or even emails and SMS. If you keep in touch with your connections, you'll be able to learn about what they are working on, share ideas with them, and identify potential opportunities for collaboration or partnership. A persistent presence in one's professional network is also a crucial component that should be maintained consistently. In order to keep things moving at the same direction, everyone involved has to make a deliberate effort to stay in touch with one another and to continue to nurture their connection as time passes. This may be achieved by keeping in regular communication with your contacts, sharing information that is essential to the discussion, and offering support and assistance when it is necessary. If you are consistent in your efforts to maintain the connection you already have, you will increase the likelihood of earning trust and providing a stable foundation for future connections. In order to maintain professional connections, it is vital to make the commitment to offer value in addition to maintaining communication and consistency, all of which are required components. Providing support in the form of advice or help, or even just arranging instructions to other professionals in your network, are all fantastic methods to accomplish this aim. Sharing your expertise and experience is another excellent approach to achieving this goal. By showing your contacts that you care about them and giving them something of value, you can not only strengthen the connection you already have with them, but also build a reputation as a reliable and trustworthy specialist in your field. In addition to this, attending business conferences and other events geared at networking is a fantastic way to keep professional contacts fresh and relevant. These get-togethers provide people the opportunity to meet new people and refresh their relationships with those they already know, such as friends and acquaintances. Moreover, they provide a place for the sharing of ideas, education on the most current developments in the industry, as well as technological advancements, and the finding of potential commercial alliances or joint ventures. Another thing that is vital to keep in mind is the fact that developing professional relationships is a two-way street. This is something that you should always keep in mind. It is crucial to promote and invest in the success of your employees and other contacts, in addition to maintaining your connections, since maintaining your relationships is essential. By lending support in the form of your expertise or assistance, you can strengthen connections and develop a network of professionals who are involved in each other's success. In addition to these strategies, the rapid expansion of technical improvements has made it easier than it has ever been to maintain professional relationships. Users of social media sites such as LinkedIn and Twitter have the opportunity to network with other professionals and take part in discussions and dialogues that are relevant to their specific fields when they utilize these platforms. These platforms may also be leveraged to engage in the sharing of useful information, the provision of support and advice, and the maintenance of current awareness of the most recent developments in technology and trends relevant to your field of specialization. Maintaining current and relevant professional relationships is an absolute need for attaining success in the contemporary business world. If you keep in touch with your contacts, are constant in your efforts, and provide value to other people, you may be able to develop strong connections that may provide you with tremendous opportunities for learning, collaborating with others, and furthering your career. Participating in networking events and making use of technology are two more ways that you may build and maintain your professional relationships, in addition to engaging in conventional face-to-face conversations. Whether you are a recent college graduate or have been working in your field for a considerable amount of time, it is important to keep in mind the significance of maintaining your professional relationships and investing in the success of others. This is true regardless of the length of time you have been working in your field. Building professional networks is a crucial aspect of any job or career. It involves connecting with other professionals in your industry or related industries. Here are a few ways to build a professional network. 1. Attend industry events. One of the best ways to meet other professionals is to attend industry events such as conferences, trade shows, and meetups. These events bring people with similar interests and goals together and give you the opportunity to network and build connections. 2. Use social media. The usage of social media platforms has swiftly evolved as an essential must in both our personal and professional life in this day and age of lightning-fast technological advancement. The manner in which professionals build and broaden their professional networks has undergone a significant transformation as a direct result of the proliferation of social media platforms such as LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. This change has brought about an increase in efficiency. These platforms provide a degree of connection that has never been seen before, in addition to a wide variety of tools and resources that may assist professionals in the process of creating their professional networks. Professionals have the ability to make contact with those who are also engaged in their field, which is one of the most important advantages made available by social media platforms. This is one of the most significant benefits that can be obtained by using social media platforms. For example, LinkedIn is a social networking site that was developed with the express purpose of catering to the requirements of those who are now employed. It provides a significant tool for entering into dialogue with other experts working in the industry, as well as prospective employers. LinkedIn gives its members the opportunity to construct personal profiles that may showcase a range of things about themselves, such as their education, experiences, and abilities. After that, they are in a position to network with other professionals working in their field, investigate career opportunities, discuss recent developments in their business, and share ideas with one another. Twitter is another social media site that provides professionals with an outstanding chance to broaden their professional networks. Users of Twitter are able to provide concise updates on a wide variety of subjects, including the most current news, trends, and insights relevant to their respective areas of expertise. Twitter provides its users with the option to have conversations with thought leaders in their respective fields, participate in ongoing conversations, and share their knowledge with others. Facebook is a social media website that is often connected with personal relationships. However, it is also a tool that may be valuable when it comes to the process of creating a professional network, so it is important to keep both of these associations in mind. Facebook is home to a large number of groups and websites that are devoted to certain fields of employment, as well as topics that are of interest to professionals. These organizations provide a setting in which professionals may network with one another, exchange information with one another, and work together on initiatives. Not only do social media platforms provide professionals with a channel through which they can communicate with one another, but they also provide professionals with a wide variety of tools and resources that can assist professionals in expanding the professional networks they already have. This is because social media platforms provide professionals with a channel through which they can communicate with one another. The use of social media platforms comes with a substantial advantage in this regard. For example, LinkedIn provides its members with a feature referred to as groups, which enables them to join groups that are specific to the sector in which they work or their professional interests. You may locate these groups on the LinkedIn website. These organizations give professionals a venue in which they are able to participate in conversations with one another, create informational and professional relationships with others working in the same industry, and exchange information with one another. Platforms for social media also provide a variety of tools that professionals may use to assist them in showcasing their talents and areas of expertise to prospective clients and consumers. For instance, members of LinkedIn have the option to submit blog entries, articles, and other information that is related to the field or industry to which they belong. This material has the potential to operate as an effective tool for creating credibility and demonstrating competence within your sector of the market. It is possible that making use of social media platforms such as LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook will prove to be of great aid in accelerating the process of creating professional contacts with other people. They offer a level of connection that has never been seen before and provide a variety of tools and resources to assist professionals in connecting with others working in their field, sharing their knowledge and ideas, and demonstrating their level of skill. If you have not already done so, you should give serious consideration to establishing a profile on at least one of these websites, so that you can immediately begin building your professional network. If you have not done so in the past, this is something that you should give serious consideration to. 3. Volunteer. Volunteering for events and activities that are connected to your field of work is an excellent way to meet new people and develop your professional network. If you are interested in either of these things, volunteering is a fantastic method to accomplish both of these goals. It suggests that you have a strong interest in what you do and are prepared to devote both your time and effort to making a positive impact on others who work in the industry. In addition to this, you'll have the chance to collaborate with other industry experts, get fresh insights from the experiences of others, and train others based on your own distinctive collection of abilities and areas of knowledge. Volunteering at events and activities that are related to your industry offers a number of benefits, one of the most important of which is the opportunity to network with other professionals working in your field and to establish relationships with other people. Volunteering at events and activities that are related to an industry also provides a number of benefits. When you give your time as a volunteer, you increase the likelihood of collaborating with other working professionals who share your passions and objectives in life. Because of this, it is now much simpler to work together on initiatives that will be to the advantage of both sides. For individuals who are interested, this might result in the formation of new relationships, including friendships and even employment prospects. In addition, participating in volunteer work gives you the opportunity to form relationships with individuals that you otherwise would not have had the opportunity to meet in the course of your normal professional activities. As a result of this, you will have an easier time growing your network even more. Consider becoming engaged in volunteer work if you are interested in widening the scope of your professional connections. Volunteering may also help you acquire new abilities and earn useful experience, all of which can be added to your CV and set you apart from other job seekers. If you want to distinguish yourself apart from other people looking for work, consider volunteering. It is possible that this will speed up the process of you landing the job you seek. If you are interested in gaining more knowledge, I recommend that you continue reading this post. You not only assist other people when you donate your time, but you also give yourself a chance to work on new projects, learn about new technologies and processes, enhance your leadership and communication skills, and broaden your horizons. These experiences may demonstrate your passion for your industry, as well as your readiness to take on new challenges. As a consequence, potential employers that are interested in hiring someone with your abilities will find you to be a more intriguing option than you would be otherwise. Another advantage of doing so is that it gives you the opportunity to give something back to the community in which you live and to have a significant impact on when you volunteer for activities and projects that are connected to the field in which you work. In other words, doing so gives you the opportunity to give something back to the community in which you work. It is possible to have a very pleasant and rewarding experience by taking part in volunteer work, since it allows you the chance to have a positive influence on the development and evolution of your chosen career. In addition, taking part in volunteer work may make it simpler to cultivate a sense of purpose and to take pride in one's work, all of which may contribute to increased levels of job satisfaction and overall well-being for the person who is involved in the activity. When it comes to discovering possibilities to give one's time as a volunteer, the majority of different areas provide a broad array of different avenues that one might research and pursue. To get things rolling, you may begin by scouring the area immediately around your current location for local industry associations, professional groups, or charitable organizations that are congruent with your interests and provide support to the local community. At a significant portion of these organizations, volunteers are solicited to donate their time and energy to a wide variety of events, activities, and committees. You might also talk to the people you work with and network with them in order to find out about forthcoming events and activities that could need the assistance of volunteers. It is vital to bear in mind that the act of volunteering should be considered as an investment in one's professional advancement, rather than as a simple technique of checking off a box on one's resume. This is because checking off a box on a resume sends the wrong message to potential employers. This is not the same thing as investing in one's professional growth and development. You should approach the volunteer work that you perform with a good attitude, an openness to learn, and the determination to bring about change if you want to make a difference via the work that you do as a volunteer. It is not possible to foresee who you will talk to or what possibilities may present themselves as a direct consequence of the decisions that you make in the current moment. If you participate as a volunteer in events and activities that are connected with your industry, you will have a wonderful opportunity to meet new people, expand your professional network, acquire important new skills, and have a positive effect on your field. In addition, you will be able to make a contribution that will positively affect your field. In addition to giving you an advantage over other people who are also seeking a job, it demonstrates the dedication you have to the field in which you work. As a consequence of this, you need to make the most of the many possibilities to volunteer that are now accessible inside your organization, and you should get started on the process of creating your network as soon as you possibly can. 4. Join associations and organizations. Joining professional associations and organizations related to your industry is a fantastic way to build connections, expand your network, and stay up to date with the latest trends and developments in your field. These groups often hold events, meetings, and other activities that provide opportunities to connect with professionals in your industry, learn from experts, and share knowledge and experiences. One of the biggest benefits of joining a professional association or organization is the opportunity to meet and connect with like-minded professionals who share your passion for your industry. Whether you are just starting out in your career or are a seasoned professional, joining a professional group can help you establish connections that can lead to new opportunities, partnerships, and collaborations. Professional associations and organizations can also provide access to valuable resources such as industry-specific training and certifications, research reports, and publications. This can help you stay up to date with the latest trends and developments in your field, which can be critical to maintaining your competitive edge in today's rapidly changing business environment. In addition, being a member of a professional association or organization can help you build your personal brand and establish yourself as a thought leader in your industry. By participating in events and activities, sharing your expertise, and contributing to industry discussions and debates, you can raise your profile and enhance your reputation as a knowledgeable and respected professional. Another benefit of joining professional associations and organizations is the opportunity to expand your network beyond your immediate circle of colleagues and contacts. By meeting professionals from other companies, industries, and geographic regions, you can broaden your perspective, gain new insights and ideas, and even discover new career opportunities. In fact, many employers actively encourage their employees to join professional associations and organizations as part of their career development plans. By doing so, they recognize the importance of building a strong network of industry contacts and staying current with the latest trends and developments. So, how can you get started joining professional associations and organizations related to your industry? Here are some tips. Research the options. Start by researching the various professional associations and organizations that are relevant to your industry. Look for groups that will align with your interests, career goals, and expertise. Attend events and meetings. Once you have identified a few groups that interest you, attend some of their events and meetings. This will give you a chance to meet other members, learn more about the organization, and determine if it's a good fit for you. Get involved. If you decide to join an organization, look for opportunities to get involved. This could mean volunteering to serve on a committee, contributing to the organization's publications, or helping to plan events. Be an active member. To get the most out of your membership, be an active member. Attend events, participate in discussions and debates, and contribute your expertise and insights. Network. Finally, remember that the primary purpose of joining a professional association or organization is to build your network. Make an effort to connect with other members, exchange business cards, and follow up with contacts after events. Joining professional associations and organizations related to your industry is an excellent way to build connections, expand your network, and stay up to date with the latest trends and developments in your field. By participating in events and activities, sharing your expertise, and building relationships with other professionals, you can enhance your career and establish yourself as a thought leader in your industry. So take action today and start exploring the professional groups that are relevant to your interests and career goals. 5. Networking within your company. Building meaningful relationships with colleagues at your current place of employment is one of the most effective ways to expand your professional network, since it allows you to meet new people in a professional setting. People who you work with not only have the capacity to provide you with valuable insights and points of view, but they also have the ability to bring you in touch with others who may be able to aid you in improving your career. This is a double benefit. This is especially true in the extremely competitive job market of today, when having a strong network is vitally important in order to achieve success. When it comes to making connections with one's employees, there are a number of significant strategies that may be of help. Your first order of business should be to make an effort to form personal relationships with the other people who work with you. This ought to be your number one priority. In order to do this, you will need to put in the effort to get acquainted with the individual, as well as the person's priorities, interests, and hobbies. Ask them about their families, their favorite hobbies, and the plans they have for the future of their professional lives. Showing a genuine interest in the activities outside of work that is important to your colleagues may help you build trust and a connection with them, in addition to laying the framework for a strong working relationship with them. One of the most effective strategies is to be proactive in looking for opportunities to collaborate on projects or efforts with one's colleagues. By cooperating with one another, you may be able to foster a feeling of purpose that is shared by both parties, in addition to mutual respect for the capabilities and information held by one another. It is possible that this will help to cultivate a sense of camaraderie and support in the workplace, both of which may be highly beneficial things to have. It is necessary to make yourself accessible to aid and support your colleagues whenever they have questions or concerns. This is in addition to working together on projects, which is another important aspect of teamwork. This might be as simple as giving an ear to someone when they need to vent about a horrible situation, or volunteering to help out with something that is outside of their area of expertise. This may be just as difficult as finding a solution to an issue that they are having. By being a colleague who is reliable and helpful, you will increase the likelihood of developing meaningful relationships with other people at work that are based on mutual respect and trust. Participating in social gatherings as a means of fostering stronger relationships with employees and achieving this goal is yet another effective strategy. Your chances of interacting with your colleagues on a more personal level may arise in a number of contexts, such as workplace events, happy hours, and activities designed to create teams. It is possible that these activities will be especially helpful in tearing down the walls that separate the different departments or teams in an organization, and fostering a sense of community and collaboration across the whole enterprise. They have the ability to bring individuals from different sections of the company together. It should go without saying that just having a personal connection with one's employees is not enough to ensure one's success. In addition, you must be proactive in terms of making use of those relationships in order to expand your network. This involves having an open and honest conversation with your colleagues about your career goals and aspirations, as well as letting them know that you are interested in growing your network and creating new connections. When you do identify potential opportunities for networking, it is essential to have a strategic attitude in terms of how you approach such chances. This is because networking is a relationship-building activity. This involves doing the required research, identifying who the important players are in the area in which you operate, and focusing your efforts on those people who are most likely to be able to help you accomplish your goals. This will allow you to maximize the likelihood of success. In addition to this, it entails exhibiting respect for your teammates' time and efforts, as well as refraining from overstepping your boundaries and making unreasonable demands on the resources that are available to your colleagues, and not exceeding the limits that you have set for yourself. It is a powerful approach for developing your professional network and opening doors to opportunities for job advancement and promotion to cultivate strong relationships with colleagues at your place of employment. By making a concerted effort to connect with your co-workers on a personal level, working together on projects, offering assistance and support, participating in social activities, and being strategic about leveraging those relationships, you can build a powerful and supportive network that can assist you in achieving your professional objectives. This network can help you achieve your professional goals faster and more effectively. You can improve the odds of reaching your goals by doing this one thing, which will make it more likely that you will be successful. Thus, begin nurturing those relationships right now, and you will quickly notice your network increasing as a result of your efforts. Chapter 4. Mentorship. The benefits of having a mentor. When it comes to achieving success in business, it may be quite advantageous to have a mentor who is able to direct you towards the realization of your dreams and the development of your full potential. A person who does not have the same amount of professional experience as another might gain from the guidance, support, and advice of a mentor, since they do not have the same level of expertise. One of the most significant benefits of having a mentor is the opportunity it gives one to acquire vital insights and points of view. This is one of the most crucial advantages of having a mentor. A mentor may provide guidance on a range of issues, including how to succeed in one's career and how to strike a good balance between one's personal and professional lives. In addition to this, they are able to give assistance on specific challenges or barriers that you may be facing in your job or career. They may be able to provide this information over the phone or in person. Having a mentor may also provide you with access to professional development and growth opportunities, which is another advantage. A mentor may be able to aid in recognizing which elements of a person's performance need development. Moreover, a mentor may be able to give instructions on how to acquire new talents or build upon those that currently exist. They are able to not only analyze your performance, but also give comments and help you in the process of goal setting for your future personal and professional growth. Another important benefit of having a mentor is that it enables one to build a network consisting of connections and relationships with other people. This is made possible by having a mentor. Your mentor will be able to bring you in touch with other professionals working in the industry that you are a part of, as well as open doors to opportunities for networking and collaboration. This may be of particular assistance to those individuals who are just starting out in their careers or who are looking to make a career change in their field of work. In addition to these benefits, having a mentor may also increase your self-esteem as well as your confidence in both your talents and in yourself and your capabilities. Your mentor has the potential to be a source of encouragement and support for you, which will ultimately aid you in overcoming challenges and achieving the goals you have set for yourself. In addition to this, they may provide you with constructive input that will aid you in growing further and function as a sounding board for your ideas. Some people, despite numerous benefits of having a mentor, may be afraid to seek out a mentor out of fear of appearing weak or inexperienced, despite the numerous benefits that may be provided by having a mentor. Yet, it is crucial to bear in mind that whatever one's level of skill, everyone may benefit from the guidance and support provided by a mentor. In order to choose a mentor, you need to first identify who, among the individuals who operate in your field or industry, you have the greatest amount of respect for and look up to. There is a possibility that this description is met by a member of your current company or of another professional group. Make contact with them and ask if they would be willing to meet with you to discuss their career journey and give guidance if they are open to doing so. Although it is important to be on the lookout for a mentor, it is as important to be clear about the goals and expectations you have for the relationship once you find one. You should let them know the objectives you have set for yourself, as well as the particular areas in which you are looking for guidance and support. If you do this, it will increase the likelihood that you and your mentor are working toward the same objectives and that you are both on the same page. In a nutshell, the presence of a mentor in your professional life has the potential to be a transformative experience. In addition to enhancing your self-confidence and esteem, the opportunities it presents for learning, personal growth, and success in one's job are priceless. By searching out a mentor and building a strong relationship with them, you may put yourself in a position to achieve greater levels of success and live up to the full extent of your potential. Consider, therefore, the benefits of having a mentor and the value that this may bring to your professional life, regardless of whether you are a recent college graduate or an experienced professional. This is true regardless of the stage you are now at in your career. Certainly, in addition to the benefits that were discussed before, having a mentor may provide you with access to a number of beneficial tools and information. For example, a mentor may have access to information that is relevant to your business, as well as opportunities for training or job leads, and they may be ready to share all of this knowledge with you. Whether you are contemplating making a change in your line of work or moving up the corporate ladder at the organization for which you presently work, you may find this information to be very helpful. Also, having a mentor may be of assistance to you while navigating the politics and dynamics that are present in the workplace. A mentor can provide insights into office politics and help you navigate difficult situations, such as conflicts with co-workers or difficult conversations with your boss. This may help you develop your ties with the individuals you work with, including your colleagues and your superiors, in addition to improving your overall performance at work. Having a mentor gives one a chance to learn from both the successes and failures of the mentor, which is another of the many benefits. Mentors may share their own personal experiences from their profession, as well as the lessons they have learned along the road. This might help you steer clear of common pitfalls and make better decisions in the future. This is something that might potentially be of great assistance to those individuals who are just starting out in their employment, or who are presently coping with new opportunities or challenges. Having a mentor may also instill in you a sense of responsibility, which, in turn, may serve as a powerful driver towards the accomplishment of your objectives. If you and your mentor work together to define objectives and deadlines, you will not only be able to retain your focus on the job at hand, but you will also be able to keep your motivation up. If you are working on a project that will take a long time, or if you are pursuing a challenging professional goal, this may be of great use to you. Having a mentor may, in general, bestow a great number of benefits and open up a great number of doors to opportunities for professional growth and development. A mentor is someone who can provide you with the guidance, support, and advice that are essential to your professional success. A mentor may assist you in achieving success in a variety of domains, including the development of new abilities, the establishment of new connections, and the management of complex dynamics in the workplace. Finding a mentor. It is possible that one of the most important things you can do on the way to achieving success in the line of work that you have selected is to seek out and cultivate a relationship with a seasoned professional who can act as a mentor, counselor, and sounding board. Mentors have the ability to guide mentees in the correct direction, encourage them, and provide them with knowledge that is both insightful and beneficial when they share their own areas of expertise and life experiences with their mentees. On the other side, the hunt for the appropriate guide might be an arduous endeavor to undertake. The following are some guidelines that will assist you in locating a mentor who would be able to assist you in attaining your professional objectives, and they are offered to you in order to assist you in your quest for such a person. First things first, pay some consideration to the aims and targets that you have set for yourself in the future. It is essential that you have a crystal clear knowledge of what it is that you want to accomplish in your professional life before you begin your search for a mentor. Only then can you begin to narrow down your options for potential mentors. The process of looking for a mentor starts here with this initial step. Are you interested in advancing your career to higher levels, expanding your skill set, broadening your perspective, or coming up with fresh points of view? You will be in a better position to pick the kind of mentor who will be able to assist you in completing the objectives that you have set for yourself if you have a clear notion of what it is that you want to achieve, and will be in a better position to decide what you want to do. The next thing that you need to accomplish is to give some consideration to your network. While seeking a mentor, an individual should first consider the people already connected to them as possible candidates for this role. You'll need to give some consideration to the possibility of establishing communication with prominent and well-respected members in your field, such as former teachers, current or former co-workers, or other specialists in the field. You might come out ahead as a result of this in the long term. These people may be able to give you support, guide you in the right direction, and connect you with others who can assist you in achieving the objectives that you have set for yourself. Participating in professional development activities and events that are held with the aim of networking is yet another method that may be used in the search for a person to serve as a mentor. These events may give you a useful opportunity to network with other professionals working in your area, including individuals who may be interested in the future in acting as a mentor to you. You should make an effort to connect with other people who will be attending events that are related to your interests and goals, so you should look for activities that fit into that category and then go from there. You also have the option of finding a mentor via the use of a variety of online tools and websites that have been established specifically for the purpose of linking individuals with mentors. One example of a platform that provides users access to a variety of tools and services that may be helpful to them in the process of establishing relationships with other competent professionals in their area is LinkedIn. You can search for people on LinkedIn who have experience or expertise in fields that you are interested in learning more about. And you can get in touch with those people to discuss the possibility of forming a mentoring connection with them. Alternatively, you can search for people who have experience or expertise in fields that are related to your interests. While searching for a possible mentor, it is important to have a comprehensive understanding of your goals and objectives, as well as a respect for the value of their time and the experience that they bring to the table. You may try sending the person in question a unique email or message in which you introduce yourself and explain why you are interested in connecting with them. You would explain why you are interested in connecting with them through this communication that you would send them. After ensuring that your goals and objectives are crystal clear, you should then ask the person if they would be open to meeting with you to discuss the possibility of developing a mentoring relationship. In conclusion, it is essential to keep in mind that the process of selecting a mentor is a two-way street when going about it. You should be ready to make a positive contribution to the relationship in exchange for the assistance that is provided to you by a mentor, despite the fact that a mentor may supply you with insightful guidance and useful support. It is possible that sharing entails imparting some of your knowledge or information to other people, but it may also just mean being willing to take in new information and knowledge from the experiences of others. Finding a mentor who can guide you through the process of building your career and reaching your professional objectives is an important step. A mentor can assist you in both of these areas. Having a guide or a mentor to help you through these procedures is beneficial. You can find potential mentors who can provide you with the direction, support, and insights that you need to succeed in your career if you think about your goals, leverage your network, attend networking events and professional development programs, and make use of online resources and platforms. Developing a mentoring relationship. The establishment of a mentoring connection might potentially result in an educationally beneficial experience for both individuals engaged in the knowledge and guidance transfer. A mentoring relationship has the potential to provide a variety of benefits and opportunities for one's professional advancement and improvement. A mentoring relationship may assist you in accomplishing a number of goals, including the acquisition of new skills and insights, the formation of new connections, and the broadening of your network. The establishment of a productive relationship with a mentor may be facilitated via the use of the following tips. Finding the right mentor is the first and most important stage. Thus, it is imperative that you take this step seriously. You should make an effort to locate a person who not only commands your respect and admiration, but also has experience and expertise in the industry in which you are employed. In order for this person to be a good match for you, they need to be willing to invest time and effort into your development, and they should be committed to aiding you in achieving the goals that you have set for yourself. After you have identified a person who you believe may serve as a suitable mentor for you, the following step is to get in touch with them in a manner that is respectful and well conducted. Make a request for a first talk or meeting to discuss your goals and areas of interest, as well as to evaluate whether or not a mentorship relationship would be beneficial for both of you. You should have a crystal clear sense of what you aim to learn from the connection, and you should be open to listening to the perspective and contribution of your mentor. The second phase, which comes after you have successfully formed a mentoring relationship, is to explicitly state your goals and expectations for the collaboration. In order to do this, you may need to schedule recurring meetings, define your objectives and expected outcomes in great detail, and devise metrics to track your progress. As the mentoring relationship progresses, it is crucial to maintain a state of adaptation and flexibility, as well as a readiness to alter both your goals and your expectations. This is one of the most important things you can do. It is crucial to develop a connection with your mentor that is founded on trust and rapport. It is necessary to determine what you want to achieve and what you want from your mentor, which could mean being truthful and upfront about your strengths and limits, being responsive to comments and criticism, and being willing to learn and progress under the supervision of your mentor. It is essential to demonstrate to your mentor that you respect the time that they have invested in you and their expertise, as well as that you are willing to invest in your own time and effort in your own development. In the process of developing a mentoring partnership, communication is an extra crucial component that cannot be overlooked. It is crucial to maintain regular contact with your mentor on a continuous basis. This includes providing them with frequent updates on your progress, requesting their advice and feedback, and challenging them when it is necessary to do so. Make an effort to find methods to increase your knowledge and abilities, and be willing to take on more responsibilities and difficulties. It is critical that you convey your appreciation to your mentor for all of the guidance and support they have given you by expressing your thanks and gratitude. This might include finding ways to contribute to your mentor's success and giving back to them. It could also mean expressing thanks to them and acknowledging the efforts they have made. Be willing to share your own experiences and areas of expertise, and look out for opportunities to assist and mentor those working in your field by actively seeking out such opportunities. The establishment of a mentoring relationship has the potential to be an experience that is profitable and gratifying for both parties involved in the connection, the mentor and the mentee. You can build a successful mentoring relationship that will support your professional growth and development for years to come by selecting the right mentor for you, establishing clear goals and expectations, establishing trust and rapport with the other party, maintaining regular communication, and demonstrating appreciation and gratitude. These are the most important factors that contribute to the development of a successful mentoring partnership. Mentorship is a type of mentorship program that focuses on mentoring individuals who have been affected by serious social or personal challenges. It is an initiative that aims to provide guidance and support to those who face significant obstacles in their personal or professional lives. The ultimate goal of V-mentorship is to help individuals overcome the challenges they are facing and achieve their goals. This can include supporting them through challenging life events, offering career advice and guidance, or helping them develop personal skills and abilities. Most V-mentorship programs are led by experienced professionals who have a significant level of expertise in their field. Mentors work closely with their mentees to identify strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities for growth, and then develop a customized plan to help them achieve their goals. One key benefit of V-mentorship is accountability. The mentor provides a level of accountability that helps to ensure the mentee stays on track and follows through on their commitments. This can be especially helpful for individuals who may struggle with self-discipline or motivation. Overall, V-mentorship programs can be incredibly valuable for individuals facing significant challenges in their lives. By offering guidance, support, and accountability, these programs can help individuals overcome obstacles and achieve their full potential. Chapter 5. Emotional Intelligence. Understanding emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, often referred to as EQ, is a set of skills that allows individuals to effectively recognize and manage their own emotions, as well as those of others. EQ has become increasingly important in the workplace, as research has shown that individuals with higher EQ are more likely to succeed in their careers and lead successful teams. In this section, we will explore the key elements of emotional intelligence and how they can be developed and leveraged in the workplace. One of the key elements of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. This involves the ability to recognize and understand one's own emotions, as well as their impact on behavior and decision-making. Individuals with high self-awareness are able to regulate their emotions more effectively, leading to better decision-making and more positive interactions with others. Another important element of emotional intelligence is self-regulation. This involves the ability to manage and control one's own emotions, particularly in high-stress situations. Individuals with high levels of self-regulation are able to remain calm and focused, even in difficult circumstances. This can be particularly valuable in the workplace, where high-pressure situations are common. Empathy is also a critical element of emotional intelligence. This involves the ability to understand and relate to the emotions of others. Empathy allows individuals to build stronger relationships with coworkers and clients, and to respond more effectively to the needs of others. Empathy also involves the ability to read non-verbal cues, such as facial expressions and body language, which can provide valuable insights into the emotions of others. Social skills are also an important element of emotional intelligence. This involves the ability to communicate effectively, build and maintain relationships, and work collaboratively with others. Individuals with strong social skills are able to build strong networks, negotiate effectively, and lead successful teams. Developing emotional intelligence involves a combination of self-reflection, feedback from others, and practice. To improve self-awareness, individuals can engage in regular self-reflection exercises, such as journaling or mindfulness meditation. Seeking feedback from others can also provide valuable insights into one's own emotional responses and behaviors. Finally, practicing active listening, empathy, and effective communication can help to develop strong social skills. In the workplace, emotional intelligence can provide a range of benefits, including improved communication, better decision-making, and stronger relationships with coworkers and clients. Leaders with high levels of emotional intelligence are better able to motivate and engage their teams, while also navigating complex workplace dynamics and conflicts. Overall, emotional intelligence is a critical skill set for success in the workplace and in life. By developing self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and social skills, individuals can improve their ability to recognize and manage their own emotions, as well as those of others. This can lead to more positive interactions, better decision-making, and ultimately, greater success in one's personal and professional life. Developing emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, or EQ for short, is defined as the capacity to not only perceive, analyze, and effectively regulate one's own emotions, but also those of others. It is likely that elevating a person's emotional quotient would have a considerable positive influence on their performance in both their personal and professional lives. In this post, we will examine a range of strategies that may be used to increase the aforementioned set of core talents, as well as address the significance of emotional intelligence and how it can be developed. To begin, a person has to have a high degree of emotional intelligence in order to effectively develop healthy connections with other people. These relationships may range from platonic to sexual. When people are able to recognize and take control of their own feelings, as well as communicate those feelings to one another, they are better able to engage with one another, build rapport, and win the trust of their peers. When people are aware of the emotions that others are experiencing, not only are they better able to empathize with their co-workers, customers, and clients, but they are also better able to understand these emotions. When people are aware of the feelings that others are going through, they are also better able to understand those feelings. As a direct result of this, the atmosphere in which one works will ultimately improve, becoming one that is both more enjoyable and more conducive to work. Emotional intelligence is one of the needs for successful leadership, and this criterion must be met in order to achieve success. Another prerequisite for good leadership is the creation of strong connections with others. Leaders who have a high emotional intelligence are better able to inspire and motivate their team members, create a positive and supportive work culture, and make better decisions based on a deep understanding of their team's needs and perspectives. Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to recognize and manage one's own and other people's emotions. The capacity to identify and control one's own feelings, as well as those of other people, is referred to as emotional intelligence, EQ. Emotional intelligence may be defined as the capability to comprehend and manage one's own emotions, as well as those of other people. In light of this, what are some various approaches that you may take to focus on enhancing your emotional intelligence? You should start by making it a goal to get more in touch with your internal state and how it impacts you. This will allow you to better understand how your environment influences you. For this, it is necessary for you to be aware of how you are feeling right now, as well as the ways in which those emotions influence the thoughts and actions that you choose to participate in at this time. In addition to this, it entails training in the ability to read the feelings that other people are expressing, either audibly or by utilizing non-verbal cues. This may be done either by listening to what other people have to say or by observing how they behave. Reading someone's facial expressions or reading their body language are both valid methods for accomplishing this goal. The next stage, which you should do after you have improved your self-awareness of your feelings, is to educate yourself on how to control and manage the emotions that you are experiencing. When you have gained a greater level of self-awareness, you should get started on this task as quickly as feasible. In order to do this, you will need to acquire the ability to control your emotions in a manner that enables you to keep a level head and continue to concentrate when confronted with difficult circumstances. This objective may be accomplished via the consistent practice of behaviors such as breathing more deeply, picturing positive outcomes, and paying more attention. Empathy is one of the essential components of emotional intelligence. Empathy is defined as the ability to understand and empathize with the feelings and experiences of another person. To develop empathy, one must first learn to put themselves in the position of another person, to mentally picture the feelings that the other person may be experiencing, and to respond in a way that acknowledges the validity of those feelings. Only then can one begin to cultivate empathy. To cultivate empathy, one must, as a necessary first step, attempt to visualize what it feels like to be in the shoes of another individual. In conclusion, growing one's emotional intelligence demands not only regular exercise, but also reflection over the course of a certain amount of time. This requires actively seeking the input of other people, reflecting on your own experiences, and continuously learning new things and developing during the course of time. In addition to this, it requires having a mindset that is open to novel experiences and points of view, as well as actively seeking out chances to learn new things and advance oneself in some way. Increasing one's emotional intelligence is critical to one's success in both their personal and professional life. Emotional intelligence may be measured in a number of different ways. You may be able to cultivate this essential ability and achieve greater levels of success in all aspects of your life if, first, you become more aware of your emotions, then you learn how to successfully regulate them. Then you work on growing empathy, and finally, you continue to practice and reflect on your progress over the course of time. This will allow you to develop this essential ability. Using emotional intelligence in the workplace. One of the most important talents is emotional intelligence, which is a skill that is required for success in the working world. Employees that have strong emotional intelligence are better adapted to handle the demands of the job, build good relationships with colleagues, and fulfill their objectives in the fast-paced and highly competitive corporate climate of today. In addition to this, the likelihood of these workers being able to form strong bonds with other staff members is increased. Emotional intelligence can be broken down into its most fundamental components, which include the ability to recognize and control one's own emotions, as well as the capacity to know and appropriately respond to the feelings of others. These two abilities go hand in hand with the ability to recognize and manage one's own feelings. This calls for a diverse set of abilities, including self-awareness, the ability to self-regulate, empathy, and the capability to communicate in a manner that is both clear and concise. One of the most significant advantages that may result from an individual's increased use of their emotional intelligence on the job is an improvement in their ability to communicate. You will be in a better position to convey your wants, thoughts, and ideas in a way that is clear and effective if you are able to comprehend and manage your own emotions. This will allow you to communicate your ideas, thoughts, and requirements in a more effective manner. Because of this, you will be in a stronger position to communicate with other people. Additionally, if you are able to empathize with the feelings that other people are experiencing, you will be able to interact with those people more effectively, which will result in better relationships and an improved ability to resolve issues. If you are unable to empathize with the feelings that other people are experiencing, you will not be able to interact effectively with those people. It has been shown that higher levels of emotional intelligence in the workplace lead to higher levels of productivity, which is only one of the many good consequences that emotional intelligence has on the job. When employees are able to effectively manage their own emotions, they are in a better position to avoid being sidetracked from their work and to maintain their concentration on the tasks at hand. When employees are able to effectively manage their own emotions, they are also in a better position to manage the emotions of others. Those who are able to exert self-control over their emotions are also better prepared to deal with the impacts of stress and pressure, which, in the long term, leads to higher performance and productivity among such individuals. In addition, having a high degree of emotional intelligence may be helpful in the process of developing a healthy culture inside the firm. Thus, it is important to make sure that you have that. When workers are able to understand and control their own emotions, they are less likely to engage in behaviors such as gossiping, being hostile, or communicating in a manner that is passive-aggressive. This is because these behaviors stem from an inability to understand and control one's own emotions. This is due to the fact that employees who are able to comprehend and manage their own emotions are also better able to connect with their bodies. It is possible that the quantity of work that gets done will suffer as a direct result of these measures. Not only are people better able to form meaningful relationships with one another when they are able to empathize with the sensations that others are going through, but they are also better able to foster a sense of cooperation and collaboration in the workplace when they are able to do so. One further advantage of using emotional intelligence in the workplace is the potential for enhanced leadership abilities, which is only one of the many benefits obtained from doing so. Emotionally intelligent leaders are better able to connect with their workers, earn their trust and respect, and motivate their staff to reach the objectives set forth by the business, because they are better able to connect with their employees emotionally. Also, leaders who are able to successfully regulate their own emotions are better suited to deal with stressful events and make difficult judgments. This is because they have a better handle on their own feelings. The use of emotional intelligence in the workplace may also result in increased levels of happiness and contentment with one's profession, which takes us to the last point we'd like to make. Employees who are able to effectively regulate their own emotions are more likely to have a feeling of control and autonomy in their work. This, in turn, ultimately leads to increased levels of job satisfaction for the individuals who possess such characteristics. People are more likely to like what they do for a living and to have a sense of satisfaction in their professions if they are able to cultivate meaningful connections with the people with whom they interact on the job, namely with fellow employees. This is due to the fact that positive relationships have a tendency to spread quickly across a workplace due to the fact that they are contagious. Emotional intelligence refers to the capacity to understand and manage one's own feelings and those of others, and it is a talent that is essential for achieving success in the workplace. You'll be able to improve your performance, develop better connections, and accomplish the things you set out to do if you are able to recognize and control your own emotions, empathize with the feelings of others, and communicate effectively. If you can do all of these things, you will be able to communicate effectively. In addition to this, you will be capable of achieving the goals that you have set for yourself. In today's high-pressure, fast-paced, and intensely competitive work climate, making effective use of your emotional intelligence may prove to be a significant asset that propels you forward in your professional life. This is true whether you are a member of a team or the leader of that team. Neither status changes the application of this principle. Emotional intelligence is a crucial factor in understanding human behavior and managing personal relationships. Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to recognize, understand, and control one's own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. It involves the ability to communicate effectively, manage stress, and empathize with others. Emotional intelligence is comprised of four main components. 1. Self-awareness. This entails understanding one's own emotions, strengths, weaknesses, values, and goals. Without self-awareness, individuals may react impulsively to a situation without realizing the underlying emotions driving their response. 2. Self-management. Once self-awareness is established, individuals can then practice self-control and regulate their emotions. This involves dealing with stress, anxiety, and other negative emotions in a healthy and constructive way. 3. Social awareness. Social awareness is the ability to pick up on the emotional cues of others, such as body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions. This skill allows individuals to respond appropriately to others and engage in effective communication. 4. Relationship management. The final component of emotional intelligence involves managing personal relationships effectively. This includes building rapport with others, resolving conflicts, and collaborating with others towards shared goals. Emotional intelligence is essential for leadership success as it allows leaders to communicate effectively, empathize with others, and develop strong relationships with their team members. It also plays a vital role in workplace culture, as employees who possess higher emotional intelligence tend to be more productive and engaged in their work. In summary, emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in personal and professional relationships, as it enables individuals to understand and manage their own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. It is a skill set that can be developed through mindfulness, self-reflection, and consistent practice. Chapter 6. Diversity and Inclusion. Why diversity and inclusion matter. It is now being recognized by a growing number of people that diversity and inclusion are crucial components of a productive and healthy work environment. In today's global economy, organizations need to be able to benefit from the talents and points of view supplied by a varied pool of people in order to preserve their capacity for creativity and keep their ability to compete. In the following paragraphs, we will talk about some of the many different elements that contribute to the significance of diversity and inclusion in the workplace. Diversity and inclusion in the workplace are both essential components that must be present in order to uphold equality and justice in the workplace. By embracing diversity, companies may help ensure that all employees, regardless of their race, gender, age, sexual orientation, or any other traits, have an equal chance to be successful. This is true regardless of any of the qualities listed above. This may contribute to the goal of ensuring that all workers have equal opportunities to succeed. This not only helps to advance the cause of social justice, but it also has the potential to boost employee morale and productivity by increasing the likelihood that workers will feel appreciated and valued in their jobs. This is because the likelihood that workers feel appreciated and valued in their jobs is increased when the cause of social justice is advanced. In addition to this, diversity and inclusion may be able to help businesses access a wider range of perspectives and skill sets. By bringing together individuals who have a wide range of different experiences and come from a number of different backgrounds, organizations have the capacity to foster a culture of creativity and innovation within their ranks. It is possible that this will result in the creation of brand new concepts and approaches. This may be of particular benefit in sectors like technology and healthcare, which are always in need of new advances and tweaks to established techniques. One other reason why diversity and inclusion are essential is that they may lead to higher levels of customer satisfaction and loyalty. If a company has a diverse customer base and designs its products and services accordingly, it will be in a better position to understand the needs and preferences of its customers, since this will provide the company with a complete picture of its customer base. This may be of assistance in the formation of greater relationships with customers, which may lead to increased customer loyalty and future business. In addition, diversity and inclusion have the potential to help mitigate the risks associated with groupthink and other forms of discrimination. If organizations foster free dialogue and the promotion of a variety of points of view, they have the power to help discover and address blind spots and biases that may otherwise go undetected. This gives them the ability to aid in identifying and resolving issues. It is possible that this will help to improve decision-making and safeguard one from making costly mistakes. In addition, organizations that actively promote inclusivity and diversity may have an easier time recruiting and maintaining workers who possess the highest levels of expertise. Many people who are looking for work in today's competitive employment market are making a concerted effort to locate businesses that place emphasis on diversity and inclusion. This is because many people believe that these types of businesses are more likely to offer them employment opportunities. Businesses have the potential to improve their employer brand and attract a more diverse group of job searchers if they make it abundantly obvious that they are committed to maintaining the values outlined in this section. In addition, companies may help to retain their finest employees by fostering an environment at work that is encouraging and friendly to everyone. This, in turn, reduces the amount of staff turnover that takes place and the costs that are connected with it. In conclusion, promoting inclusivity and diversity is not just something that should be done, but it is also something that must be done. The promotion of a culture in the workplace that acknowledges and respects all individuals, irrespective of their backgrounds or the characteristics they have, is one way in which organizations may make a contribution to the growth of a society that is more just and equal. This not only benefits the employees and consumers of the firm, but it also has the ability to improve the company's reputation and the good impact it has on the community. It is essential to encourage diversity and inclusiveness in the workplace if one wants to develop a working environment that is both imaginative and healthy. If they embrace diversity, organizations have the potential to tap into a wider array of skills and points of view. This may also raise customer happiness and loyalty, reduce dangers and biases, attract and retain top talent, promote social justice and equality, and boost consumer contentment. As a consequence of this, it is of the utmost importance for companies to place emphasis on diversity and inclusion in each and every facet of their operations, beginning with recruitment and progressing all the way up to the creation of products and interactions with customers. This is because diversity and inclusion are essential to the success of any business. Creating an inclusive workspace. It is vital to have a good and productive work environment to first develop a workplace that is friendly to all workers. If you want to have a good and productive work environment, it is essential to have this. It is possible to determine if a workplace is inclusive by determining whether or not all employees, regardless of their background, identity, or individual characteristics, experience appreciation, respect, and support while they are on the job. Workers in a company that values diversity and inclusion are encouraged to contribute their own perspectives, thoughts, and experiences to the discussion, as well as to behave in a manner that is true to who they are as individuals. This not only helps to create a workforce that is more creative and diverse, but it also supports higher levels of employee engagement and happiness, which is a win-win situation for everyone involved. To create a more accepting environment in the workplace, it is necessary to emphasize both the value of variety and the importance of understanding. This includes not only building a culture in which people are welcomed simply for being themselves, but also recognizing and valuing the distinctive characteristics that are possessed by each employee, and acknowledging their existence. Companies have the power to achieve this objective by putting into action policies and procedures that encourage diversity in the workplace. The provision of flexible working arrangements, chances for training and development, and assistance for workers who may be exposed to prejudice or bias are a few examples of the kind of policies and practices that fall under this category. The process of building an inclusive working environment includes a number of important steps, one of which is the promotion of open communication and dialogue. This suggests that employees must be encouraged to discuss their views and perspectives, and that the opinions of each individual ought to be given equal weight. This may be accomplished by businesses by providing opportunities for open debate and input, as by holding regular team meetings or providing means for feedback to be provided anonymously. These are only two examples of possible ways for employers to achieve this goal. In addition, businesses have a responsibility to help in the development of an inclusive atmosphere by providing support and resources to employees who may be the target of prejudice or discrimination in the workplace. The provision of access to counseling services, the establishment of employee resource groups, and the delivery of training on diversity and inclusion to all employees are all potential steps in this direction. It is vital to underline that the process of developing an inclusive work environment is not a one-time activity, but rather a continuous one. By committing to a continuous process of establishing and adjusting their policies and processes, businesses have a duty to ensure that they can continue to meet the ever-evolving demands of the workforces that they employ. This may be performed by asking for input from employees on a regular basis, assessing how effective diversity and inclusion initiatives are, and adopting any revisions that are necessary to ensure that all persons have the feeling that they are supported and appreciated. In addition, the creation of an inclusive working environment has the potential to bring about huge benefits for both the employers and the employees in the company. Research has shown that companies with workforces that are more diverse and inclusive are more imaginative, have higher rates of employee engagement and retention, and are more likely to attract and maintain top talent. Other benefits include improved rates of employee engagement and retention. There is a problem that must not be ignored, and that problem is the promotion of justice and equal opportunity. This involves ensuring that all employees, regardless of their backgrounds or any other parts of their personality, are given equal access to learning and professional development opportunities. This may be accomplished by ensuring that all workers are supplied with equal chances. Implementing policies and procedures that encourage equal compensation, fair performance assessments, and equitable access to opportunities for training and development could be one way to accomplish this goal. This goal is to ensure that all employees have equal access to opportunities for training and development. Creating an environment in the workplace that is inviting to individuals of all kinds of backgrounds requires a number of vital components, one of which is the promotion of cultural competence and sensitivity. To do this, it is vital to ensure that each employee is equipped with the knowledge and skills required to cooperate effectively with people hailing from a range of different backgrounds. This might include providing workers with training on diversity and inclusion, presenting resources on a range of cultures and customs, and encouraging employees to learn from one another. In addition, businesses have the chance to cultivate an inclusive atmosphere by developing a working environment that is safe, polite, and devoid of harassment as well as discrimination. This necessitates the formulation of regulations and protocols that prohibit discrimination and harassment, the availability of lines of communication through which incidents of this kind may be reported, and the prompt execution of actions to rectify any issues that may emerge. Last but not least, businesses have the potential to contribute to the development of an inclusive atmosphere by encouraging and enabling their workers to take part in a variety of community activities. This might include supporting employee-led initiatives to promote diversity and inclusion, giving opportunities for employees to participate in community service projects or volunteer programs, and collaborating with local organizations to foster social responsibility and community involvement. In general, the work that is necessary to establish an inclusive working environment is difficult and requires dedication on both the part of the employees and the employers. Employers have the capacity to cultivate diversity, equal opportunity, cultural competence, respect, and community engagement inside their enterprises, all of which contribute to the creation of a wholesome and encouraging working environment that is to the benefit of all employees. If employers recognize and respect the many perspectives and life experiences brought to the table by their workforce, they will be able to foster an environment that fosters innovation, employee engagement, and business success. Building relationships across differences. It is a talent that serves us well not only in our professional lives, but also in our personal lives, to be able to form connections with others despite the differences that exist between them. It is essential to be able to interact and connect with people who come from a variety of various backgrounds, cultures, and points of view in the modern world. This is because of the growing diversity and multiculturalism around the globe. Notwithstanding the differences that exist between people, it is possible to develop meaningful connections with them via the use of the following fundamental tactics. To begin, you need to go into interactions with other people with an open mind and a desire to learn new things. This will help you make the most of the opportunities you find. In order to do this, one has to be able to recognize and appreciate the unique qualities that other people possess, as well as being open to receiving constructive criticism and acting on the recommendations of others who are in their immediate environment. Instead of supposing that we already know all there is to know about a topic, it could be beneficial to research the issue by questioning it and seeking new points of view on the subject. This might be valuable. The cultivation of empathy is another crucial component of a successful relationship-building approach that may span the viewpoints and experiences of various groups of individuals from diverse backgrounds. This requires us to put ourselves in the position of the other person and make an effort to comprehend their view of the world as well as the challenges they have had to face. It might be helpful to demonstrate to the other person that you are giving them true attention and care, to ask them questions, and to actively listen to what it is they have to say. Building connections with people who come from a variety of different backgrounds calls for a number of vital components, one of the most important of which is being aware of our own biases and prejudices. Establishing these types of relationships involves a number of fundamental components. Our individual pasts, cultures, and ways of being brought up have all played a part in the construction of our own unique sets of preconceived notions and prejudices, both of which are shared by all of us. But in order for us to be able to approach other people with an open mind and a desire to learn from them, it is imperative that we acknowledge the existence of these prejudices and make conscious efforts to eradicate them. Only after that will we be able to interact with other individuals while maintaining an open mind. In addition to this, it is of the highest significance that our actions and words demonstrate respect for other people, and that we are open to hearing any and all points of view. This is of the utmost importance. To do this, one must stop making assumptions and harboring preconceived views, talk in a way that demonstrates respect for other people, and be open to hearing a diversity of perspectives. For instance, when we are talking to other people, we can use language that is not exclusive to either gender. We can refrain from making assumptions about other people based on their race or ethnicity, and we can keep in mind how important it is to differentiate between different cultures. Last but certainly not least, it is essential to actively seek out opportunities to interact with other people whose experiences and points of view are distinct from one's own in order to broaden one's perspective. This can be accomplished by talking to people from a variety of backgrounds and walks of life. Participating in diversity and inclusion training programs, going to cultural events, joining social groups or clubs, and attending cultural events are all examples of this. If we make an effort to engage in conversation with other people, not only may this strengthen the connections we already have with those others, but it could also improve our capacity for understanding and empathy for those with whom we have fundamentally different viewpoints. It has the potential to have a substantial influence on levels of productivity, creativity, and innovation if there are connections formed in the workplace that go beyond the multiplicity of ways in which people differ from one another. When members of a team come from a number of locations and bring with them a variety of viewpoints and experiences, teams are able to produce fresh ideas and approaches. This not only assists teams in developing more substantial links with one another, but it also helps to establish a feeling of trust and cooperation among the members of the team. The ability to form relationships with other people, despite the fact that they are different from us, is, in general, a crucial quality that may assist us in navigating the complex and multi-ethnic environment in which we live, both in our personal lives and in the world of work. We can improve the quality of our relationships with the people we interact with and foster greater understanding and empathy across differences if we approach our interactions with other people with an open mind and a willingness to learn, if we put empathy into practice, and if we are aware of the biases and assumptions we bring to our interactions, and if we look for opportunities to connect with other people. Diversity and inclusion refers to the practice of acknowledging, respecting, and embracing differences among individuals in a society or an organization. Diversity encompasses recognizing and appreciating differences in ethnicity, gender, race, age, sexual orientation, religion, ability, education, and work experience. Inclusion, on the other hand, refers to creating an environment where all individuals feel valued, respected, and included in the decision-making process and the overall culture. Diversity and inclusion are crucial for an organization as they enhance creativity, innovation, and productivity. When individuals with diverse experiences, backgrounds, and perspectives work together, they bring fresh ideas, challenge the status quo, and foster a culture of learning, growth, and mutual respect. Furthermore, inclusion helps to reduce bias and discrimination and creates a sense of belonging, high morale, and engagement. In conclusion, for an organization or society to thrive, it is essential to have policies and practices in place that value diversity and inclusion. It is imperative to create a culture where all members feel respected, appreciated, and can contribute their best efforts. Conclusion. How interpersonal relationships impact career growth. The quality of the interpersonal connections we maintain has a crucial role in the progression of our professional lives. It is possible that the amount of professional success that we attain is significantly influenced by the quality of the relationships that we establish and maintain with our colleagues, superiors, clients, and other influential individuals in our industry. We are going to have a discussion on the many ways in which interpersonal relationships influence career progression, as well as provide some practical advice on how to cultivate healthy professional relationships. In addition, we are going to discuss the many ways in which career progression is influenced by interpersonal relationships. To get things started, increasing your productivity at work could be possible if you have positive relationships with your other employees. When we develop strong relationships not just with our colleagues but also with our managers, we increase the likelihood that we will be motivated, engaged, and committed to the work that we do. As a result of this, there is the possibility for an increase in productivity, an improvement in teamwork, and an increase in creative thinking. It is possible that we may have a greater sense of ease in asking for feedback, seeking help, or sharing our thoughts after we have developed solid relationships with our colleagues and managers. This might lead to improved outcomes for the company as well as for ourselves, creating a scenario in which everyone involved comes out ahead. Second, the quality of one's interpersonal contacts may have an impact on the opportunities for career advancement in their current workplace. When we establish strong relationships with our colleagues and supervisors, there is a far greater chance that we will be considered for new opportunities, promotions, or high-profile projects. This is because of the increased likelihood that our connections will be seen as positive. This is owing to the fact that our colleagues and superiors are more likely to be aware of our talents, history, and potential. As a consequence of this, they may be more eager to advocate for us or advise that we take on additional duties or initiatives. This is something that may be of particular significance in firms or organizations that are competitive and in which the opportunities for professional development may be constrained, as this is something that may be especially vital. Last but not least, the interactions we have with other people have the potential to affect the amount of new information we absorb and the amount of professional progress we make. When we cultivate positive relationships with both our co-workers and our superiors, we increase the likelihood that we will receive feedback, coaching, and mentoring from them. All of these things have the potential to aid us in the acquisition of new abilities and the enhancement of our performance. A robust network of professional interactions also increases the likelihood that we will become aware of emerging industry trends, training opportunities, or job vacancies that may assist us in expanding our knowledge and skills. This is because having a robust network of professional interactions increases the likelihood that we will become aware of these things. There is a wide variety of things that you are capable of doing in order to improve the quality of the interpersonal connections that you have at the location where you are employed. In the first place, you should make it a top priority to cultivate personal ties, not just with your colleagues, but also with your superiors. Ask them about their interests, hobbies, and goals for their future jobs, and then seek areas in which your goals and theirs coincide. Because of this, it may be simpler for you to cultivate a sense of trust and rapport with other people, both of which may pave the way for more substantial professional connections. The second piece of advice that I have for you is to be proactive in seeking feedback and guidance from your colleagues and managers. This piece of advice is related to the first piece of advice that I had for you. Ask them what they think of your work. Be open to receiving recommendations on how it might be improved, and have a positive attitude towards constructive criticism. Not only may this demonstrate that you are willing to learn and grow, but it also has the potential to assist you in growing tighter relationships with the individuals in your immediate environment. Last but not least, you should approach your other employees with a spirit of collaboration and helpfulness. Always make it a point to help others around you whenever you are able to take turns claiming credit for victories and display a desire to work in collaboration with other people. This can help you create a reputation as a valued and collaborative team member, which in turn may help you generate a positive reputation for yourself. This will help you form strong ties with your colleagues, which will help you build a favorable reputation for yourself. When it comes to one's professional growth and progression, one's relationships with other people are of the utmost importance. If you cultivate excellent professional connections with your coworkers, supervisors, or other stakeholders, you may be able to improve your job performance, expand your possibilities for career progression, and enhance your professional growth. These benefits can accrue over the course of your career. Hence, if you put in the effort to invest in the professional relationships you already possess, you could be surprised by the impact that choice has on the growth and success of your career. If you are looking to advance your career and improve your professional connections, you should begin by taking tiny steps to develop better ties with your colleagues and superiors. This will help you get off to a good start in your efforts to improve both aspects of your professional life. You should demonstrate an interest in the personal and professional objectives of the people around you. Ask for their opinion and direction, give support and possibilities for collaboration, and ask for their input and direction. If you follow these actions, it will be possible for you to build an environment at work that is constructive and supportive, which in turn may aid you in attaining the professional objectives that you have set for yourself. Strategies for building strong interpersonal connections in the workplace. If you want to be successful in the profession you have chosen, it is absolutely vital for you to put in the effort to cultivate strong interpersonal connections at the place of employment that you have. You may achieve your objective of strengthening trust, collaboration, and communication with co-workers, supervisors, or customers by using any one of a number of different strategies. These strategies are all available to you. You may use these methods in any of the circumstances listed above, whether you are trying to develop your ties with your co-workers, your bosses, or your clients. There is no situation in which they will not be successful. In this session, we are going to speak about some of the most successful techniques that have been proven to be advantageous when it comes to creating strong interpersonal ties in a professional setting. Just being genuine while engaging with others is one of the most powerful methods that can be used in the pursuit of building robust interpersonal ties. This is a tactic that is not only one of the most straightforward approaches, but also one of the essential ones. In order to do this, you will need to be authentic and forthright about your ideas, feelings, and goals. You may acquire the trust and credibility of other people by showing them that you are trustworthy and credible by being honest and genuine with them. This can pave the way for relationships that are deeper and have a more profound impact on each party involved. Active listening is one of the most significant techniques that should be employed throughout the process of creating strong interpersonal bonds. This strategy demands one to make an effort to pay attention to what is being said, and it is one of the most important tactics that should be used. To do this, it is necessary to not just hear what other people have to say, but also pay attention to what it is they are saying and make an effort to understand the world from the viewpoints of the individuals who are speaking to you. Active listening comprises not only hearing the words that are communicated, but also paying attention to the speaker's non-verbal cues, such as their body language and the tone of their voice. This goes beyond just hearing the words that are stated. It is very necessary to demonstrate empathy and compassion for the people with whom one is striving to build interpersonal connections, in order to develop healthy relationships that will endure. This is the only way to ensure the success of one's connection-making efforts. In order to do this, it is necessary to make an effort to empathize with the other person and to acquire knowledge of the other person's viewpoint by taking into account the other person's emotions, ideas, and experiences. When you show that you care about other people and that you appreciate the perspectives they provide, this may contribute to the development of trust and respect between the two of you. Empathy and understanding are two of the most important characteristics of a caring person. A second essential tactic for developing your network of personal connections that are mutually advantageous is to conduct all of your contacts with other people in a way that is pleasant and professional at all times. This will help you to meet more people who can be helpful to both of you. This involves treating other people with compassion, decency, and respect, regardless of whether or not you agree with what they think or how they should conduct their life, even if you disagree with any of those things. While you are at work, it is helpful to have a demeanor that is both professional and courteous. This helps to create an atmosphere that is bright and pleasant, which may in turn lead to increased cooperation and teamwork. The formation of strong interpersonal ties needs not just individual effort, but also communal effort in the form of collaboration and the exchange of ideas. This is in addition to the individual work that must be done. Collaboration involves cooperating with one another in order to accomplish objectives that are shared by all parties involved, and demonstrating a willingness to impart one's knowledge, expertise, and experience to other individuals in order to fulfill the requirements of the endeavour. Collaborative projects and the exchange of ideas have the potential to stimulate the growth of trust and respect for one another, in addition to the generation of singular insights and points of view. To recap, in order to build strong interpersonal relationships, it is vital to seek the thoughts and perspectives of other people and to listen to what they have to say. If you do this, you will be able to better understand the viewpoints and opinions of other people. This requires actively seeking out the knowledge and viewpoints of other people and keeping an open mind towards the constructive criticism and recommendations that are offered. You will be able to earn the trust and respect of other people if you can show that you recognize and appreciate the thoughts and points of view of other people by asking for their feedback and recommendations. If you want to be successful in the profession you have chosen, it is absolutely vital for you to put in the effort to cultivate strong interpersonal connections at the place of employment that you have. You might potentially build deeper connections with your co-workers, bosses, and customers if you engage in active listening, demonstrate empathy and understanding, are courteous and professional, collaborate and share ideas, and ask for feedback and input. Take into consideration the potential benefits that could accrue to your professional life if you start right now to strengthen the interpersonal ties you have at work by taking the appropriate steps. If you start today to enhance the interpersonal links you have at work, you may be able to reap the rewards listed above. Final thoughts and takeaways. It's never too late to begin building strong interpersonal relationships in the workplace. Even if you've been working in your organization for a while, there are always opportunities to connect with colleagues, build new relationships, and strengthen existing ones. Here are some tips for building strong interpersonal relationships in the workplace. Be approachable. Make an effort to be friendly and approachable to your colleagues. Smile, make eye contact, and engage in conversation where possible. Listen actively. When you are in conversations with your colleagues, make sure you are actively listening to them. Ask questions, provide feedback, and seek to understand their perspective. Be helpful. Look for opportunities to help your colleagues when they need it. This could be as simple as offering to take on a task or providing advice on a project. Show appreciation. When your colleagues do something well, take the time to show your appreciation. This could be a simple thank you or a public acknowledgement of their hard work. Participate in team-building activities. Take advantage of team-building activities such as company events or off-site retreats to build relationships with your colleagues in a more relaxed setting. The importance of interpersonal relationships in the workplace cannot be overstated. It is essential to understand that building and maintaining strong interpersonal connections can directly impact career growth and lead to professional success. Individuals who possess strong social skills and are able to communicate effectively with their colleagues can create a positive work environment and foster collaborations that generate innovative ideas and solutions. Building strong connections with co-workers requires effort and dedication, but the rewards are significant. Individuals who invest time and energy into developing their social skills and building relationships are viewed as reliable and trustworthy team members. They are more likely to be assigned roles in leadership positions and be considered for promotions and career advancement opportunities. Strategies for building strong interpersonal connections in the workplace. 1. Be approachable and friendly. Start conversations, show interest in others, and be willing to listen. 2. Develop active listening skills. Pay attention to what people are saying, ask questions, and clarify misunderstandings. 3. Be open and honest. Be transparent in your communication, admit to mistakes, and address conflicts directly. 4. Show appreciation. Celebrate the successes of colleagues, acknowledge their efforts, and express gratitude for their contributions. 5. Participate in team-building activities. Attend social events, join committees, and collaborate on projects outside of your role. Interpersonal relationships are not only beneficial for career growth, but are also essential for creating a supportive and welcoming work environment. Investing in building strong connections with coworkers is an excellent way to differentiate oneself from others in the workplace and create a positive reputation for oneself in the company. In summary, interpersonal relationships are critical for professional success, and it's never too late to begin building them. Interpersonal relationships are not just important for our personal lives, but are also essential for professional growth and career success. Building strong connections with coworkers can help create a supportive and welcoming work environment that fosters collaboration, creativity, and innovation. In fact, research has shown that having positive relationships with coworkers can improve job satisfaction, reduce stress, and increase productivity. Investing in building strong interpersonal relationships is an excellent way to differentiate oneself from others in the workplace. When we have strong connections with our colleagues, we are more likely to be viewed as team players and valuable contributors to the organization. This can help us stand out from our peers and create a positive reputation for ourselves in the company. Furthermore, building strong interpersonal relationships can also lead to new opportunities and career advancement. When we have a strong network of contacts within our organization, we are more likely to be considered for new projects, promotions, and leadership roles. This is because our colleagues are more likely to trust us, recommend us for opportunities, and advocate for us when it comes to decision making. On the other hand, when we have poor interpersonal relationships with our colleagues, it can have negative consequences on our career growth and success. For example, if we are known for being difficult to work with, we may be passed over for opportunities or excluded from important conversations and decisions. This can limit our career growth and potential. In summary, building strong interpersonal relationships in the workplace is critical for professional success and career growth. It's never too late to begin investing in building these relationships, and doing so can have a positive impact on both your career and your overall job satisfaction. So, take action today and start building those connections with your colleagues. You never know where it might lead.